Yeah, let me hear it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Wrestling with Savage. We're back for Friday Night Smackdown, AEW Rampage. It's July 8th. It's going down tonight. Smackdown opened up with a video package of Austin Theory losing the U.S. title to Bobby Lashley, then winning the Money in the Bank later in the night. What do you guys think about the opening of Smackdown? By the way, what's up, Jay, Dave, Gilch? How's everybody doing? Let's start with Jay. Jay, what did you think about another video segment to open up the night? Mr. Theory over there getting the treatment right away.
I thought there was a botch.
You thought there was a botch?
Yeah. When Roman came out, Michael Cole was saying Theory, and you saw Theory in the background. But then he disappeared when after the whatever segment, whatever they had, and then they cut Roman into the ring. Theory was in the back with the briefcase, so I'm pretty sure Dave saw it with his facials, but I saw it too. Even Cole said something, but just got cut off, and then they never brought it back until he came after running around the ring. So,
we didn't really get into that yet. I was just asking you what you think of the video package, but that's cool.
I didn't really think shit of it. I mean, we all know they do great packages. I just saying there was a botch right there.
Because I just thought it was like an interesting thing that they started off the SmackDown night with a specific video package. They could have did anything. They could have talked about Roman and Brock, Roman the Usos, Riddle. They could have went straight to Gunther. They could have went straight to Ronda Rousey, Natty. They have a lot of different storylines going on. Maxim Models could have kicked off the show with their tennis debut, By the way, I pre-ordered every single shirt that I saw on TV tonight, okay? Maxim Models is the wave of the future. But my point is that SmackDown opened up right away letting you know Theory is the fucking man. He lost to Bobby, but quickly won the Money in the Bank. He's the man. He's the number one dog right now. Michael Cole, Corey Graves welcome us to SmackDown in Fort Worth, Texas. Pat McAfee has the night off. They let us know Liv Morgan will be here. They let us know Drew's going to fight Sheamus in the winter. Will face the Undisputed Champion in the main event of Clash at the Castle. We get the segment, opens up the night. SmackDown kicks off the night with the Bloodline. They get the pyro, you get the strut. Bloodline holds all the gold and all the power. Just minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes of walking around the ring, fucking trolling. Then Theory. He shows himself at the entrance with his Money in the Bank briefcase as we go to break. They were just like going on and on. Back from break, we see the Bloodline, Paul Heyman with a mic ready to go. Paul passes the mic to Roman as some fans begin to chant, "You suck," as Roman takes his sweet time before finally saying, "Fort Worth, Texas, acknowledge me." They're all paying money to see this show, and they're paying money to hear that one line. You ain't going to see the Tribal Chief wrestle. You ain't even going to see the Tribal Chief take a swing, take a bump, take a nothing. You came to SmackDown for nothing tonight. And fucking acknowledge him and pay that money. You stupid fucks in Texas supporting SmackDown. Pissing me off. He says we got a couple of "you suck" chants going on. We got a couple of Roman chants going on here. But at the end of the day, when the Tribal Chief is in the house, business picks up. And that means life is good. Life is so damn good. I've said this before. As long as God wakes me up, I can handle anything. I actually like this part. It was more real. Hit more real. Woke up in the private compound. Took the private jet. Happy breathing. Happy healthy. I'm just happy to be at work, to be at my show, SmackDown. Absolute honor and privilege to see my family, the Bloodline over here. And then I see my wise man, my special counselor. He looks like this. What did you do to him? Asks, why, wise man? Why are you so worried? Tribal Chief is here. You shouldn't be worried, I'm considered the greatest of all time. I've smashed them all. You should be very confident. What's the problem? Do we have a problem? I know what's going on. Here, give me your hands. Wise man gets nervous, doesn't want to put his hands out. He thinks he's about to get like a lashing or something. Ends up handing him the mic, asks him, what's wrong with you? Basically, Paul Heyman would go on to say that he's very afraid of Brock Lesnar. He's very afraid of this version of Brock Lesnar, because whenever Brock Lesnar is put into a corner, he's put into a cage, he's put into a must-win situation, Brock Lesnar usually performs exceptionally well. He performed well when he had to beat the Undertaker's undefeated streak. He had to perform to become one of the youngest champions of all time. 24, he was mentioning a 24-year-old Brock Lesnar who just did what he had to do, beat The Rock, became the youngest champ. I don't know. I really don't know what to say about this match, and the fact that you have Theory just trolling even nasty when this, A-time music comes on at the end of all this. Mr. Money in the Bank making his way to the ring. He's running around doing laps around the ring, just reminding Roman Reigns, hey, man. Hey, anytime you want, man. A-Town down, right? What did you guys think of this segment? Dave, I'm going to go to you because I know you said you saw this segment. So, what did you think?
Well, bringing it back to what Jay said. Freaking Theory comes out and they make a big deal about it. Oh my God, Theory's coming out. Next thing you know, he's gone. I'm like, where's Theory? Like the whole time they was doing the promo, I'm like, is Theory like out in the ring? Like outside the ring or something? Like, where did he go? So that was weird. The promo itself was great. Roman's Roman, like everything he said was the truth. He's the man right now. I don't know about the GOAT part. I laughed when he said it was a GOAT, but I enjoyed it. Paul Heyman exaggerated like he normally does, but you always still
Paul
feel
Heyman's
like
good at that.
You always still feel like Paul is still kind of like in a way still in Brock's corner. It's like he's half. Like he wants Brock to win, but he wants Roman to win. So it's like he's in between the whole thing. So, but I enjoyed it. It was a good promo.
Gilch, what was your take on it? The wise man, Roman, Usos just sitting there nice and calmly, not saying a fucking word, not a peep.
One thing that I was not excited, but like in theory won the briefcase. The one thing I said, I knew there was going to be a lot of this like trolling with him, like faked cash in and this and that, and like if tonight's like any example of what he's going to do on a weekly basis, it's pretty funny. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I think they put the briefcase in the right pair of hands. Jay, what do you think about Theory, Roman, his statements, wise man? You got any thoughts?
Besides the miscue, we all know that these two cut great promos and have great facials, probably the best in the business thus far. You can't be considered the GOAT to me. You can only be considered the GOAT if you beat Hulk Hogan's record, which is over 1,000 days. So if he could do that, he could be the GOAT in my eyes. But great promo. I'm gonna give it a 3.5, just because there was a lot of fuck ups, and I didn't like Theory doing laps around the ring. That was just kind of stupid. I would have liked them go face to face with Roman, because that would have actually made
no. You got to build that up.
Face to face.
I liked it. I liked what Theory did.
I like Mike versus.
I enjoyed it.
I like Mike versus Mike
for sure, but that time is gonna come. That time isn't right now.
What he could do with a top dog like Roman Reigns. I want to see if he could go Mike for Mike, but we didn't see that. But 3.5 for me.
3.5. Okay, that's cool, man. You're grading it. I didn't even grade it. I actually enjoyed Theory running around doing his little trolling. I thought it was just like, he said a lot without having to say anything. You know what I mean? One of those kind of scenarios where just him trolling, letting Roman know, hey, I'm here. I'm now on your level. Anytime I want, I cash this in. But he said it later tonight. We'll get back into Theory. We heard from him again.
Let me ask all you guys and everybody at home. Haven't we heard this shit just differently and on a different day and a different night and a different month and a different year?
Yeah,
we heard this shit. Every time Heyman does this, it's Brock Lesnar. Like, we all know that it's the same repetitive shit. It's just different facials, different day, different night. It's getting kind of boring, to be honest.
He still has to do his job, and that's to sell the match, hype the match up. He does make a good point that whenever Brock's backed up into a corner, though, we do see a different Brock. So I wouldn't be surprised if Brock wins this by some crazy miracle, and then Theory comes out and literally takes the belt off two knocked out guys who are going to kill each other. You know, that's not going to shock me at this point. They're literally telling you to your face that he's going to win, like for the last 2 weeks. So we'll see.
I just don't think that fast. That's it.
I don't know. The only thing that's better than this right now is the progressive match flow. You guys excited about the progressive match flow? The Viking Raiders destroying the New Day in the video package. They're showing us what happened again. And this is going to lead up to the match with the Viking Raiders versus Jinder Mahal and Shanky. Back from break, we see Shanky dancing. They start the match, but Jinder does not think Shanky can handle the Viking Raiders, so he tags himself in. Now we see the Raiders working on Jinder together. They get him in a submission early. Now Jinder wants to tag, but Shanky's too busy dancing. He's too busy having a good time. It costs Jinder a shot to the face. Now a double team powerbomb after they take Shanky off the apron. After Jinder bitched at him, this is all great. I actually like this. It was quick. Again, a quick match. We didn't have to see Shanky that long. We didn't really have to see him dance. We got to see him lose, and you got to see Jinder and Shanky lose another match. So it was good. At least it was quick. It would have been worse if it was like minutes, but it gets bad. It gets bad. It goes from, I liked it, it's over, we're moving on to the next thing, but no, we're not moving on to the next thing, because the New Day are now coming to the ring, and they make the save, but instead of coming out to make the save, because that's what I thought was happening, I thought the New Day was coming out to help Jinder and Shanky from this beatdown, but no, they don't give a fuck about Shanky, they don't give a fuck about Jinder, they just want to come out, grab the microphone, and they just want to start, they want to start talking, They hold up, they say hold up, hold on, blah, blah, blah. Dave, you missed this part, right? That hold up. The guy said hold up. Kofi said hold up at least 12 times, okay? Then he says, Viking Raiders, I'm going to be honest. Last week you kicked our butts. Before that week you kicked our butts. Now Kofi is twerking, Dave, on Smackdown on Fox 5 television. Kofi Kingston is twerking like he's at a nightclub getting paid singles.
You've seen that before.
All right, he said, you see these? These are our butts. And they're still here. That means you did not do your job good enough. Those beatdowns were non-sanctioned. They did not count. But lucky for you, your boys, we have officially sanctioned ass-beating tickets. I can't even believe I have to read this back. They have tickets that say ass-beating tickets. This means right here in Fort Worth, it's time for us to give you the ass-whooping you deserve. New Day finally brings the fight to the Raiders. Now New Day just gets demolished again. Big E's not here, and you can definitely feel the lack of power from the New Day. No Big E, there's no power. The New Day's just a fucking joke. Ivar with a super power slam to Kofi. Always looks nice. What did you think of this, Jay? Did you see this?
Yes, I did. It's a piece of shit. I can't even believe you went further than 1 minute talking about this piece of shit.
I had to bring up these things that are happening on Fox.
I think it became a piece of shit when all the guys came into the ring. I think it became a piece of shit when Mahal entered the ring. I think it became a piece of shit when Shanky decided to get off the ring apron, looked at the fans and Michael Cole and Happy Corbin, everybody, and start dancing like an idiot. This was really freaking stupid. I don't want to see this on TV ever again. Please, the Seymour Butts, I heard from The Simpsons in 1992 to 1995. I heard that Seymour Butt joke.
That's
corny.
true.
So, no ratings for me,
No
and
rating.
may God have mercy on our souls for watching this.
No rating. Yeah, I agree. Waste of time. Gilch, how about
didn't
you,
see
buddy? Did you love it? Big fan of the Jinder?
Jay couldn't put my thoughts into words any better than he did.
Just complete shit? Yeah, you have a grading for this, or no rating for you too?
No,
Not worth
no
your
way.
time?
Nope.
All right. See, back in the day before I did this show, this would have been what I would like to call the fast forward moment. The moment I see Jinder on the screen, I am hitting the fast forward button to get to the next segment. And then when I see Kofi and Xavier, I'm gonna just keep forwarding. Probably until this next part, where Corbin now joins commentary. And this was actually one of the most fun parts of the night. Cole says Pat is not here because of you. Greaves says, let's be honest, all right? They did not want him to show up in case he runs into the mountain of a man, Corbin. Corbin says, yeah, he's playing golf now. He's in 67th place, doing a real good job. He starts laughing, making fun of him. Next, we're going to have the match. By the way, before we get into this next match, I got to really just say, Corbin tonight did a phenomenal job on commentary. When Shinsuke Nakamura comes out, because he's the one that's going to end up challenging Gunther for the open challenge, and he started jumping on the table, and they had the shot of Corbin. Dave, you missed this, right?
Yeah.
All right, then this was great. You would have loved this. There was a shot of Corey Graves and Corbin on the table, just basically complete mimicking Pat McAfee's emotion to Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance. And Corbin legit sounded like Beavis or Butthead, maybe both. The whole time Nakamura was coming out, he's like screaming and, rocking. Definitely might want to go back and see that part in the DVR. Corbin's work is undeniable. The man is talented. The man is funny. And him and Corey are really special together. I kind of get like a old school 90s commentator team vibe coming from. I wouldn't be surprised you see Corbin on commentary in a couple of years when he's done wrestling. If Corey's still around, let's say Corey Graves becomes the new Michael Cole, right? Because that's probably where that's headed. You're going to see Corbin right next to fucking, I guarantee you're going to see Corbin on TV for many, many years to come. What's up? Yeah.
I think I just saw he signed an extension with WWE. So he's
Who, Pat McAfee?
Yep.
Yeah, Pat McAfee signed a big-time extension. And Pat McAfee and Corbin are great friends, too. So that's kind of like a cool dynamic. I guarantee you 5, 6, 7 years from now, that's going to be the commentary team. Corey Graves, Pat McAfee, and Corbin. I can see it.
I disagree. I got Barrett replacing Corbin.
Who? Wade Barrett? I don't know. I think I've got some bad news for Jay. Then,
awesome, man.
Jay, man, you're gonna keep wishing these NXT guys never came to life because they're all gonna let you down.
Wade Barrett.
Oh, Wade Barrett wasn't NXT before.
No, Wade Barrett's Wade Barrett's legit. He's a good commentator. He's good. No doubt. But he's not better than Corey Graves.
He beat Cena.
Beat Cena? Yeah, he did. So what? With the help of 9 other people. Let's not get into that nonsense. Gunther Intercontinental Open Challenge. By the way, does anybody have a comment to say about Pat McAfee or Corbin in general? About the match coming up at SummerSlam or anything?
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Not, but I think it was a great thing that they signed Pat McAfee. That was a really big deal. Yeah, that's a good re-sign. Gilch, how do you feel about that match? You have a prediction, or are you excited to even see the match?
I don't know where. I don't know. I'm not excited, but my interest is peaked.
Okay, so you're more interested today than you were yesterday.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Well, Gunther Intercontinental Open Challenge. Back from break, we see Ludwig saying none of you in attendance are worthy of watching the ring general Gunther compete tonight. Ludwig says Gunther will defend his championship against anyone in an open challenge. Gunther says any champion who defends his title against an opponent he does not know is a fool. Somebody has to deserve the opportunity to compete with me for the Intercontinental Championship. Here comes Shinsuke Nakamura to challenge. And I was actually hyped for this because I was like, all right, this is something different. We're getting, we haven't seen this before on SmackDown. And then it turns out that, we're going to change gears. Gunther's not going to wrestle. And all of a sudden, Nakamura gets right in the face of Gunther, smiles, and says, you keep your title for now. I want Ludwig. He challenges him to a match right now. Corbin was killing the segment, like I mentioned. He made all of this 10 times more enjoyable. And then we're going to get the match, Ludwig versus Shinsuke Nakamura. It's funny because I remember Dave was asking the other day about Ludwig and does he wrestle? And I said, yes, he does. He wrestles, and he wrestles very fucking well. You didn't get to see that tonight, Dave. Because tonight, poor Ludwig had to be... He wrestled tonight, yeah. He fought Shinsuke Nakamura. But it was a basic squash match, though. Because, of course, Nakamura is a heavy hitter, WWE superstar. Ludwig is supposed to be just like this guy's ring announcer manager. You know what I mean? So Ludwig's not going to come out looking like a superstar right now. Even though I think he ended up looking like a superstar tonight when it was all said and done. When it was all said and done. Not during the Shinsuke match. But what he had to go through after. which we'll
It
get into
sounds
right
like it's
now.
gonna lead to Gunther and
Oh,
Cora.
big time. The storyline is going to go probably for a year. As long as he holds the IC. You know who's going to cost Gunther his championship? Ludwig. But it's not going to happen for a while. Because Ludwig is very loyal. But a loyal dog can only be kicked so many times before it's going to bite back.
Those were some chops, huh?
Oh, yeah. Nakamura mucks Gunther. Ludwig takes advantage as we go to break. Back from break, we see Nakamura take control with a sick combo, literally right out of Mortal Kombat. Now a series of kicks to the chest. Now Ludwig grabs the leg of Nakamura, connects with an Inseguri, Nakamura does. Then he connects with good vibrations in the corner and a flying knee to a mounted Ludwig. Now the cover and a quick kick out by Kaiser. Poor Ludwig, though, got in very little offense. Nakamura with a fairly quick squash match to set up a feud with Gunther. This was good storytelling. Obviously, he hit the King Sasha, and that was it. Got the win 1-2-3. But this adds a whole level of substance to this whole storyline, to Gunther's character, to Ludwig's character, and all of Gunther's upcoming victories. Now Gunther yelling at Kaiser to get up. I'm the ring general. Get up, get up. And then every time Ludwig got up, he would chop him down. Get up. Get up again. You know, he wants to remind him who the ring general is. Again, nasty, huge, echoing chops. Third time, get up. Poof. And the way Ludwig was selling these chops, you could see this kid is a fucking star, man. He's a star in the making. So I liked it. I enjoyed it. I'm actually giving that whole segment 4-star. Very good storytelling, the whole segment. Very good storytelling. Whether you appreciate it or not, me as an old school guy, I appreciated this kind of storytelling. Because there's a lot of things going on. It's not just like, you know, black and white, A or B. There's like A, B, C, D, E. There's a lot of factors going on right now in this. Jay, you look upset that I gave it a 4. What are you thinking?
No, you're just a generous guy. That's all you do. You get 4s and 5s to trash shit and segments and promo. I just let you talk. This is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna agree. I'm actually gonna agree with you. But this is why I'm gonna twist it. I agree it was good, but I don't like it. So I like it, but I don't like it. I'm gonna tell you why I liked it. I like Ludwig. I liked his promo. He cut it great. Nobody deserves to fight Gunther. I agree. Nakamura came out. I even enjoyed that. And I'm not even a Nakamura fan. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Corbin dancing like a freaking idiot on the table. I enjoyed he did this little dive on the table. I enjoyed all that. The part I didn't enjoy was Gunther punishing Ludwig. It's like basically you're teasing us like this guy's going to just basically betray you and cost you the belt, or he's going to cost you something. I don't like it. I think it's too early, especially that these guys just came out, like a month ago? I would have liked it later down the road, but I think they're just kind of rushing it. I would have liked that later on, but overall, it's a squash match, like you say. There wasn't really no offense by Ludwig besides the double arm overthrow suplex that he did. That was the only offense that I saw that looked great. I mean, those little kicks, those, if you want to call it PK kicks, penalty kicks, I mean, they're trash. But, you know, Nakamura did the King Sasha 1, 2, 3. Like I said, I can't go either route. I'll go with 3 because it's just right in the middle. But that's where I'm at. But I wish they didn't really do that. It was strong chops. Really shit looked like it hurt fucking Ludwig. But, I wish they did that later, not right away. I think it's just too soon. That's just my opinion.
No, it's not a bad opinion at all. Gilch, what do you think of all this? What are you rating it? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, as I watched it, I liked it. The more we talk about it now, is it did seem a little rushed. Like I wouldn't mind him like getting in there and yelling at him, and then maybe wait another, like build it up a little bit, like a week or two, where he starts beating him up. And I enjoyed it. It did feel a little rushed, but overall, I mean, compared to what they've had lately, it was a positive. I think.
What are you rating anything?
The segment,
the whole thing, like from the moment Ludwig came out to the moment they left, the whole thing, the whole thing, the whole thing. One shot overall rating. When I say I'm giving it a 4-star, I give it a 4-star because, like you said, it's fresh, it's new, we haven't seen it before. There's storylines going on at ringside with Pat McAfee and Barrett. There's a story now with Gunther. There's a story with Gunther not wanting to compete because there's nobody good enough. Now we're going to get to see Ludwig wrestle for the first time on SmackDown. So now it's an extra layer of freshness and an extra layer of new. Because now we didn't go from the typical, we're going to see Gunther squash someone. We're going to see Ludwig wrestle. And not only are we going to see him wrestle, we're going to wrestle one of the best wrestlers that we have, Shinsuke Nakamura. And then that's going to set up the match between him and Gunther, setting up another storyline. And while all this is happening, you have Corbin and Corey Graves just having the time of their fucking lives at ringside, cracking me up. I'm having a good fucking time. I had more fun during this fucking segment than anything else during the 2 fucking hours. So that's why I'm giving it a 4. Because there was freshness, there was storytelling, and we have multiple storylines going on. It's not just one. You got the Baron and Corbin, you got the Shinsuke and Ludwig, now you got the Ludwig and Gunther. And this is only rushed if it's rushed. If he, let's say, 1 year from now is still doing this, then it's not rushed. It's well thought out, well planned, well built, and if this guy's taking chops from him like this for a year every time he fails him, that payoff, man, everyone's going to be waiting for that turn, Ludwig to turn on Gunther. When is he going to turn? When is he going to turn? And then the days and months are going to keep stacking on that this guy's going to have that IC title on his shoulder. I don't see this guy. I don't see this fucking guy losing for a while.
No, I don't see him losing the belt, but just like the way you talked about it, like you mentioned a year, when has their booking shown any patience to let a story develop that far out? Like anytime?
Never. But guess what? The company has never had a situation like what we have right now where Vince McMahon is literally about to vanish.
Yeah, we got to get to that. But just two last things on this. One, it drives me crazy that they changed Gunther's entrance.
It drives me crazy that they changed his fucking name. There was nothing wrong with Walter.
He'll always be Walter to me.
You know.
No, you're right. But I still think, like, give it like 3 or 4 weeks, and that's when they'll turn on it.
I mean, I don't have anything set up to talk about Vince tonight because I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt before I go in on his ass. But the truth of the matter is this: he is on his way completely out of the company.
He's on the way. He's on his
way completely out of the company, completely out of creative control, completely out of contact. And if this happens, we might see a change that we have never seen in the WWE.
Yeah.
We're going to see stars get pushed that we've been waiting for, maybe. Stars get squashed.
Not until Disney buys WWE.
Well, from what I heard this morning on Busted Open, they're saying that if this really goes to the point where he really gets proven that he did all this, they can get to the point where they're going to push the McMahons out.
100%.
So they're not going to have control, creative control. They're not going to have any control. So
100%.
I don't know. That's going to be interesting. With WWE without a McMahon.
Good.
Wow.
God ridden.
I don't know how I feel about that because not for nothing. You can say what you want to say, but the McMahons made this, and to not have a McMahon into it, it's at least one McMahon. It's just gonna be weird.
I still don't think that's gonna happen. I still don't think that's gonna happen, but there's a possibility of it happening. Like, let's say, no, they might not get pushed out, but they might voluntarily walk out and then just take some time off. For 5 years, 6 years. Who knows?
I want to go back to Dave's point. Like Dave said, look, I loved Impact. I ain't gonna lie to you. When Jarrett was running the whole shit, I was a fan. I was watching that shit back and forth. When Jarrett showed it to the Carters, it was trash. Now, if the McMahons are gone, I think it's good for a difference. It's for a change. And let's face it, the storylines they're coming up with, it's dog shit. I could come up with this shit. And you too. Well, all of us could write a whole.
That's not the McMahons, those are the writers that they hired.
Yeah, a lot of these stories are coming from writers, and then Vince is approving or not approving. He looks at the script, he likes it, he goes with it. He doesn't like it, he rips it up. Says try again, and that's why we see so many repackages and rebranding, and people getting shifted from show to show.
I will say one last thing on this. The reason why I said he's on his way to Toronto, because he's literally on his way to Toronto after Fort Worth, Texas. He's going to meet Cena from WrestlingInc.com just announced. So he's on the way to meet Cena. Hopefully they can make that SummerSlam match, Theory and Cena, but we'll see.
Nah, I don't think that's gonna happen. But you
Well,
never
he's
know.
on
He's
his
already
way to
fighting.
Cena.
He's fighting Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam. They already announced it. He's got a
He's
match.
trying to get Cena though. He's trying to get Cena involved. So let's see where it goes.
I don't think Cena's gonna wrestle at SummerSlam. His schedule's
Oh,
crazy
he's going
right
to
now.
Toronto.
Yeah, probably just to hang out, do some blow, and hook up with women that never met him.
Can you imagine if it gets so bad that McMahon's actually have to sell and someone like Disney buys it?
Listen, anything's possible in this day of age, especially with the way the world is set up right now. They're trying to bury this guy hard. A lot of people are coming out now. I mean, I just see I have so many wrestling pages that I follow. So today alone, I saw like 70 different articles about, Vince McMahon, 12 million. Some say 16 million. Some say 1 million for one, for two, for three, forcing oral. I mean, I read it all today. Like craziness I was reading today.
When I'm busted open, they talked about it. It says at least up to 12 million.
Yeah. We're talking about crazy shit. But at the end of the day, these chicks all signed NDAs. So it's like, if it was really
it's
a big
allegation right now, they still got.
Yeah. That's the thing. All of these are NDAs, allegations. So, like, I don't want to shit on this guy yet. I'm sure he's guilty of half of everything they've ever said about him because that's just human. That's just human nature. That's just human nature.
It's Vince McMahon we're talking about.
But at the end of the day, we live in America, and you're fucking goddamn innocent until proven motherfucking guilty. And I'd like to fucking live by that.
Living through the 70s, 80s, and 90s with his kind of money and power, right? There's no doubt that probably half of it, at the very least, is true.
If not more, man. Plus the things we've
Probably
never
more,
heard
man.
about and never will hear about.
We have no
Because
idea.
I'll tell you one thing, it's hard for dead people to fucking say anything. I'll tell you that. You're never going to hear anybody dead telling you a fucking story. Nobody talks about all that shit. A lot of people disappeared in the 80s and 90s.
Speaking of dead, have you heard about that whole Jordan, talking about Chris Benoit?
Oh, what's she saying?
I saw her tweets.
What's she
Something
saying?
about like, because of what he did, his wrestling history shouldn't even count, and it's trash and this and that.
Man, you should see the comments I get for putting up that Benoit Rock match on TikTok. People are telling me, "Oh, you like basically I love a murderer." They're telling me. I'm like, no, I love a wrestler. I love a wrestler. Exactly. I'm like, I'm not a fan of what he did and all that, but I can't forget the matches this guy gave me. I'm sorry, I just can't. All right, especially
real. If that didn't happen right now, he'll probably want to be one of the greatest of all time.
Bro, I was watching some matches today, bro. He is one of the greatest of all time. I don't give a fuck about what anybody says. He's top 10 maybe. Go look at his in-ring work. I saw a match today with him and Randy Orton, bro, that I hadn't seen in years. Blew my mind away how incredible the match was. Absolutely.
Yeah, he was the man, bro.
Murdered that match.
He was like what? Not for nothing, but he was practically like one of the perfect technical wrestlers.
At the end of the day, you ask Randy Orton, who was one of the best wrestlers you ever stepped in the ring with, one of those names is going to be Chris Benoit. I guarantee you that. He might not say it in an interview with a camera in his face.
Don't get me wrong. Whatever he did was definitely wrong, and as a father, I can't even.
Let's not even waste any more time on Benoit.
At the end of the day, he was one of the greatest, and he was one of my favorite when he was wrestling. So,
well, that's funny. If you talk to Michael Cole, he would tell you one of the greatest is Liv Morgan. After winning the Money in the Bank and beating Ronda Rousey, we go to break. In the ring, we see Michael Cole basically so fucking excited. He looks like he's trying to hide the boner in his pants. Liv Morgan in the ring, who thanks Cole. Now the crowd chants, "You deserve it, you deserve it." Cole says last Saturday night, Liv etched her name in the history books. 2 hours after winning the title, she said she would cash it in against the baddest woman in the world, Ronda Rousey. Cole says Ronda suffered an injury right before you beat her, though. Cole says Ronda wants a rematch, maybe by SummerSlam. Liv Morgan says, "I can't wait. Bring it. This is a lifetime dream of mine. It's a lifetime filled of work, sweat, tears. I'm willing to work 10 times as hard to stay here because, Michael, I promise you, no one wants this championship more than me." Cole says, "Let's talk about that road 10 years ago. You were a waitress, and for the last 10 years, every time you almost got there, just to have it pulled from you, now for the first time in your career, you get to feel the jubilation. What does it mean to you to be a SmackDown Women's Champion?" Liv says this means everything. Blah, blah, blah. She's interrupted by Natalya. She says, "I can dream when you're finally going to shut up. Only reason you're champ is because of me. Your Cinderella story ends at SmackDown. No way. You beat Ronda fresh. You beat her because I injured her. So while I may not, while I may have lost the match, I enjoyed watching Ronda scream. Now here comes Ronda Rousey. I was surprised. I didn't expect to see Ronda. At this point, Jay, why don't you go into it a little bit? Maybe you can break down the match for us. Obviously, we're gonna get an attack from Natty to Ronda. We're gonna get an attack from Natty to Ronda. All right, and then back from break, we're gonna see a match set up between Natty and Ronda. What did you think about the whole Liv Morgan segment? And tell us what your thoughts were on this match and the whole thing, the whole shebang.
I'm gonna start off by saying I was very happy that Liv Morgan won the belt and won Money in the Bank. But I am fucking scared shitless after hearing her talk and cut a promo with Michael Cole. She has no ideas, nothing on the top of the head. Even if they put topics of what to talk about, she cannot.
How about that one though?
It's horrible. I literally saw a champion that didn't really know what to say.
She knew how to say John Cena's line, "Never give up." Never
and she
give
used
up.
other people's references. She used the "never give up" reference. Let's not forget. She's just not being unique. She's not being original. I'm scared because I'm a Liv Morgan fan, but this promo didn't do it for me. Ronda coming out with a knee limping, really, and she's going to have a match, that's just pretty fucking stupid. So I was looking forward to this match, and what happens? She starts working on Natalya's left knee. It's in the ring apron. Starts limping back in the ring. Starts doing this ankle lock on the ring apron, and then ankle lock into the center of the ring, and then she taps out, and I'm limping. I won. I have this blue shit on my face because I love SmackDown, and I blew all this blue makeup like I'm the Viking Raiders on my shitty face. I didn't like the match, and I'm scared for Liv. I'm gonna give it 2.5 because it just didn't deliver for me on both parts, Ronda or Liv Morgan. None of them delivered.
How about you, Gilch? What did you see?
I think Jay somehow tonight has like a link into my mind because
Blue.
That's what it is. Yeah, spot on. That was a disappointing first attempt at a promo by the new champion.
Yeah, that was a pretty sad promo. Ronda, before all this happened with the match, she tells Liv congrats. She said, savor this honeymoon phase at SummerSlam. You're going to learn challenging is a whole lot easier than defending. Then Natty and them talk shit. They have their match. Ronda basically made her tap out, which is crazy because they had a match, just recently at Money in the Bank. And this was like a banger of a match that, was what, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like
25,
that?
25.
Something like that. It went for a while. But now we have an injured Ronda, and now she can make Natty tap out in like 4 minutes, right? Like, I just didn't get the booking behind this match. I actually gave this whole thing a fucking 0. This shit was bad. The promo from Liv Morgan was atrocious. It wasn't believable. She's laughing through half of it. She's stealing John Cena's catchphrase because she doesn't have one of her own. Then we get an impromptu match between an injured Ronda Rousey and a non-injured Natty. Yet somehow Ronda now can just destroy Natty with an injured knee. But meanwhile, at Money in the Bank, she's struggling, and Natty's kicking her ass and injuring her. But now we're just going to shit on Natty. And then they tell us next week we're going to get Natty versus Liv Morgan.
I'd rather have Natty as the fucking champion.
We're just going to shit on Natty again. She's taking the L. She's taking the L next week to Liv Morgan. Like, we all know that. And it's sad. Natty deserves better. She's the best worker in that ring out of every chick that I've seen in the last couple
I don't even know why she left NXT so fast. She should have just stayed there, won the belt, and bring up all these women so they can fucking have more women.
Because Mandy Rose buried that ass, man. Mandy Rose buried that ass.
It's funny how Liv is like just another example of like, the chase being so much better than like what's going to be the ring.
Yeah.
Workhorse, she hit top of the pinnacle, she made it, and it's like, now what?
I'm looking at the picture here, like on the picture that I'm using for the show today. It shows Liv Morgan. She has the title. They've updated their, official pictures. And behind her, you got Ronda, you got, Shayna, you got Shotzi, Xia Li, Raquel Rodriguez, Aaliyah, who, by the way, I thought Aaliyah was going to get fired because I heard she was getting sent back down to NXT. That's what I heard. That's what they said last week, that they weren't happy with her in-ring performance.
It'd be crazy to fire that.
Well, not fire. I used the wrong word. They wanted to send her back to the performance center because they're not happy with their in-ring work. And I thought that was crazy.
Well, I think there's a lot of people that we could put on that list as well.
Well, Shayna Baszler's not one of them. Natalia's not one of them. I don't know. What are you gonna do?
We could name a few. We could put the most dangerous.
By the way,
to work with Shotzi. We could put her ass in there.
Well, what did you guys think of all this the last week? Anyway, real quick, I wanted to ask about Shotzi since we're talking about women. All week long, people have been trying to get her fired, and then you have so many people coming to her defense. Alexa Bliss came to her defense. Natty came to her defense saying, "You guys busted your ass in that ladder match. You really worked your asses off. Don't listen to anybody." What do you got?
Listen, if I could give advice to Shotzi, I'll tell her, listen, don't rush. That's it. Be smooth. Don't rush. I feel like she's rushing most of the time.
Maybe.
Especially the spot when she did climbing that ladder to do
It
that.
looks like she's letting her nerves.
Oh, damn.
It just looks like she's getting her nerves. Her nerves are getting the best of her.
Yeah, she just has to slow down. Like,
she's definitely good.
Down.
I've seen her in NXT. She's good. Like, she's really good. So I don't like. It's weird to see these botches.
She was a tag team champion in NXT, so she's not a loser, but she's just rushing everything. Rush promo.
For me, she's just getting a taste of karma.
You know who else isn't a loser? Max Dupree is not a loser.
Yeah, what she said about Jericho.
Max Dupree is about to come out on SmackDown and tell you about his tennis collection. All right. He says his looks, his guy's looks will serve your inner needs and desires. Masse is here. In my opinion, I thought this was a little much for Masse. Those shorts right there. I don't know if you guys noticed. This guy shoved, I think, one or two extra tennis balls in there.
The second guy, I didn't catch the first one.
Yeah. This is a little much. Exemplifies athleticism and excellence. And Masse has an 88-inch impressive wingspan. Lightweight bottoms. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Masse. Next is a man who oozes.
Lightweight bottoms.
He oozes appeal and is the essence of game, set, and match. Mansoor has like 9 balls in his pockets. He's got like 9 tennis balls in his pockets.
I caught that.
He's walking out and there's just bulges in every part of his pants. It's like unfucking real. And then he does the forehand and Dupree's like, look at that forehand. This is the finest athletic clothing line, along with the muscle to perform a long stroke. Mansoor with a long stroke, penetrating looks. You don't have the natural qualities of Mansoor. And Masse,
you know the best part about this?
Don't bother applying. And there's a real website, guys. If you want, you can go get in your underwear, take some pictures. Oh yeah, it is beyond legit. You can take pictures of yourself in your underwear and send them to Max Dupree. And if you have the qualities fitting of a maximum male model,
love to see the ridiculous.
Oh man, they're probably getting some wild shit sent over there, man. Good God. A round of applause for the men who truly embody the creed of maximum male models to titillate the juices of your guilty pleasures. This whole thing is, first of all, the fact that he can do this all with a straight face, you gotta give him credit just for that. This guy, when I'm watching him right now, it reminds me of a Shane Douglas situation, where you have an incredible wrestler, an incredible worker, who has to now act like a school teacher. And, you know, he does it to the best of his ability. He tries to act like a boring school teacher. He's writing things on the chalkboard. He's scratching the chalkboard. And here you have what's his name now? Max Dupree, LA Knight. They said, we want you to be the leader of maximum male models. An eccentric, whatever the fuck. They gave him a description. Okay, they told him. They said, here, this is what we want you to do. And you know what this guy said? No problem, boss. Took that shit, and I guarantee you there's not one person in the fucking company that could do what he's doing right now better than the way he's doing it. Not Seth Rollins, not Theory, not AJ Styles, nobody. You're not naming one fucking person who's gonna cut the promos he's cutting right now with a straight face and just killing the character. He's supposed to be like this eccentric fucking, Max Dupree, and I'm loving it, man. This guy is he's gonna be hated by everybody, and in 2 years' time, he's gonna be the biggest heel in the company, I think, with how hard he's going right now. He is going hard. Gilch, I'm gonna go to you first on this. What are your thoughts on LA Knight, and of course now Max Dupree?
I'm enjoying it. Like you said, man, he's, no complaining, no nothing. He's just taking the ball and running with it to the max. He's doing a good job. It's funny.
Yeah, I think it's good stuff. Jay, how about you, man? You gonna rate this? I didn't even rate it, but it's good.
I'm gonna talk about this.
Uh-oh.
If I can talk about this.
Can you talk about this?
Okay, if all the people can let me talk about this?
Sure.
Is it alright? All the people at home? Alright. So I was reading today because I'm a little confused with this MMM bullshit. So I just wanted to know what the hell is it all about. Now, from what I was reading, there was several articles saying that MMM was supposed to cater to women because there's a loss in women in ratings and in demo. I find that a little hard to believe, but okay. I guess they're doing it for the women, so I could understand the modeling and the tennis and the outfits. And listen, you got to give credit all three guys, even if two of them are fucking losers and one is a fucking star. They're all playing their roles, and they're playing it perfectly. Now, where is this going? I do not know. Do I want to see Mace and Mansoor wrestle? Hell fucking no. I don't know where this is going. All I know is that it's supposed to cater to women. We all know that Eli Drake, LA Knight, Max Dupree, whatever you want to name him, he's always going to kill it on the mic. That's a given. You could give him the shittiest gimmick. You could give him the shittiest promo segment. Anything. You could give him the shittiest wrestlers. They'll make it gold. And that's what he's doing. So actually, to be surprising to everybody, I'm going to give this a 5-star.
It was fire. It was fire.
Because everybody is playing their role and everybody is killing it. And not for nothing, Mansoor was a piece of shit tonight. But Mace, he was really killing it. Like, he's really that fucking dude doing all that shit with the handshakes. I thought that shit was funny. Mace, whatever you want to say, I thought he was killing it. I thought he fucking killed it.
Yeah, it's Mace and Mansoor. All right? And Mansoor didn't need to do much because the 9 balls in the pocket did everything else. He didn't have to do much. He just had to walk out there.
Mansoor's face is hilarious, bro.
I want you to go get the tightest white shorts you have and then put 9 tennis balls in the pockets and then see what you look like. And take some pictures. That should be the challenge this week. White shorts, tennis balls, take a picture.
They're really going all in. They're really going all in on this gimmick. They're really going all in.
Yeah.
The website.
The best part about this?
I'll give it 5-star. I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm gonna give it 5.
I'm okay with that. I'm not even gonna rate it, but you know what? I can't argue with you, man. It's close to it. It's perfection because they're telling them to do a job.
Everybody's doing great.
They're doing it on paper. After this, we get another reminder of when Theory arrived earlier today to the scene to troll Roman Reigns. And, this whole Theory thing, now we get an interview with Kayla Braxton. She's with Theory. And Theory says, I was letting the tribal chief know that the youngest Money in the Bank winner is always watching. I would love to cash in on Brock. But again, I don't like how arrogant Roman is. No one likes me, but I like that no one likes me. I'm going to become a 2-time United States champion. And the last man standing, whoever it is, they better be ready for the primetime cash-in. I mean, he's, like I said, they're literally just telling you what's about to happen. People don't want to accept it. For Christ's sakes, Liv Morgan is the fucking champion, people. Okay? Anything is fucking possible at this point. We are in uncharted territory. We got maximum male models running around.
He's gonna troll, bro. He's gonna troll all the way, say he's gonna cash, and not gonna cash till probably next year.
I'll tell you this, though. I would not be shocked if he walks out of SummerSlam as the champion, though. It would not shock me.
I think it all depends on the Roman time frame, which we don't know what it is exactly.
We don't. You're right.
But from the way he's been talking, like, the live stuff he said to the live crowd, the house show, stuff like that, like, it seems like it's closer to the end for him than most things.
I don't know. I mean, for the fact that he mentioned he's the GOAT, I think that he's gonna probably still surpass Hulk Hogan's.
What I thought was interesting is after that promo, we see Madcap, and now he says it's a big briefcase. I bet I can shove all of it in his mouth. So there's something else there with that. I don't know where that's headed because they don't have a match scheduled. But obviously, Madcap does not like Theory, storyline-wise. So maybe he's going to cost him his cash-in.
I think they're just gonna have a match. That's it.
Maybe. Something's going on there.
One and done.
After this, we're supposed to have a match between Lacey Evans and Aaliyah versus Shayna Baszler and Shotzi. They play Lacey Evans music, but no one comes out. They have to play it again. Lacey then comes out and she's asking why she can't hear the response from the WWE Universe. She then leaves and says one more time. They play her music again for the third time. Lacey, just not happy with the crowd response, grabs a mic and says, before my opponents come out, I just want to take a minute, which is a lie. She lied to us because this was more like 9 minutes. All right? The crowd now boos. She says she's completely disgusted from all you guys. That's the response I get. That's the reaction I get. I mean, y'all know who I am? Don't you know what I've been through? I thought that was funny when she said that. I know I poured my heart and soul out, told my life story to help you guys, and for what? That reaction? Those tears? It kind of bothers you. It kills you. Because all of you, you know how I got here, and you could never do it like me. You should all be up on your feet. What is it? You're all too way down by the pork and brisket? Y'all can't stand up? It makes me sick. You guys are disgusting. Crowd
Brisket
now
is
chanting,
good.
You suck. Until I can get the respect I deserve, every single one of you can go to hell. Aaliyah pleading with Lacey, who gives her the woman's right and knocks her out. And apparently now there's just no match. There's no Shotzi. There's no Shayna Baszler. So, I mean, this is going to get a lot of heat because maybe there's Shotzi fans. Maybe there's Aaliyah fans. Maybe there's Shayna Baszler fans. They're sitting at home with their fucking t-shirt on, their little fucking, they're whatever the fuck. They're hyped. Yeah, Shayna. But no, Lacey said, go to hell. Who wants to go first on this one? Dave, how about you since you saw it?
Well, I will say this. The best part about this was that I was literally driving home with a nice fresh pizza that just came from a nice Italian shop. And I was laughing my ass off driving home from the retardedness that I was listening to. Sorry that I use retardedness, but from the dumbness that I heard, because I was like, this has to be the most ridiculous thing. This lady, they have no clue what to do with this woman. This woman has switched from face to heel faster than I've ever seen anyone in like the 20 years I've watched wrestling. It's like ridiculous. I was laughing more at the fact that just they don't know what to do with her. I'm like, you're so pathetic that they don't know what to do with you. This is how bad this is. And I think I was laughing more at her than laughing at the segment. It was pathetic. And to make it worse, I actually got on a tangent on Facebook because this one asshole really took it to the ass and was like, oh, you should respect your veterans. And I was like, dude, this is wrestling. And the man went off, bro. He was like, you're brain dead. And all that. I was like, okay, if I'm brain dead and you're taking wrestling this serious, I think you need to look yourself in the mirror. So
I told you earlier, shut your ass up and respect your fucking veterans, goddamn it.
Listen, my brother-in-law is a Marine. My brother-in-law is a Marine, and I respect him for him. Lacey Evans can kiss my ass.
All right, Gil, how about you? You got any comments on Lacey Evans tonight, her actions?
Repackaged Lacey, I think the crowd was done with her like last week. It's like
we're all sick of her.
Yeah, it's funny because I didn't know she was gonna do the whole like back and forth thing until she gets the crowd. But like when she first came out, like it wasn't even booze. Like I never seen the crowd. So, like everyone's like looking at their phones probably and everything else. Like, it was just like no reaction the first time. Just bad. Just I don't know. Just bad.
It was really bad.
Bro, like,
Considering
Lisa, she was a good wrestler. She's not
considering
even a good
how
wrestler.
hard they tried to like repackage her with all these promos over the last like 9 weeks and all this shit. It was bad. At this point, maybe they can give her the Roman Reigns treatment. She'll have leukemia next week, and come back. She got pop.
Wow.
I think it's
At least the
over.
leukemia was real though.
Was it? Was it though? Like really? I don't know.
He really has leukemia though. That's real. So I don't know.
Were
if
you
they-
in the
if
doctor's
it
office?
Really
I want
came back,
paper.
but-
I want fucking paperwork,
but
Nick.
at the end of the day,
I want paperwork, or it's not real. Because to me, there's no other way that you make Roman Reigns what he became, unless you give him leukemia. Like, if he doesn't have leukemia, he doesn't become the tribal chief. As sad as that is to say.
I think that's. I hate to say it, but that was just a coupon from God. So, pretty much.
If he does have leukemia, then
he survived
if he
it,
does,
and
if he
and
does have
his
leukemia,
career.
which they all say he does, and all that stuff, then he's one of the you have to give him credit, man. That's one of the toughest things anyone's ever done, to come
Yeah,
back and then have the kind of run
Much
he's had
respect, man.
and the kind of success
God
he's
bless
had. But what if he is lying about it the whole time? Then what do you think about it then?
I don't know. I don't think. That was
I don't think.
No way,
That's a
right?
little much.
Oh
don't
man,
think so.
yeah, I don't think so either. But you never know, man. I wouldn't be surprised. Usos versus Los Lotharios, and I don't know. Didn't they tell us like on Raw or something that Usos were going to be fighting Street Profits again at SummerSlam?
Why the fuck were they even fighting tonight anyway?
Yeah, I don't understand. Like this match didn't make sense to me.
Was that even a match? That was like a
First of
squash.
all, not only was this a match, it was a contenders match for a championship match. So basically,
What?
yeah,
Really?
yeah,
It was?
yeah. If Los Lotharios
They're
would
definitely
have,
not contenders. I'll tell you that.
if Los Lotharios would have won this match, they would have earned a championship title. But the problem I have with that is, what? Why? Who the fuck have they beaten? What tag team did they beat to compete?
I'm starting to realize not only the women's tag team is short, but the men's tag team, they don't have a lot of tag teams.
They don't have anybody, bro. Oh my
They don't?
god, they don't have anybody. I have a quick question to ask, but I'm gonna wait till we get to AEW for me to ask it.
Man, comparing the tag team division in AEW to WWE is like comical.
Night and day. It's not even comparable. Just FTR alone shits on anything WWE has to offer. And then not even, then you go Young Bucks, you go Penta, Ray. There's so many teams. There's a lot of fucking Acclaimed. They're fucking awesome.
Anybody. They have so many tag teams. WWE.
Hobbs and Starks. They're better than anything WWE has right now.
WWE, like for the most part, like they have a couple good tag teams, but for the most part, all they've been doing for tag team wrestling is throwing two random guys together.
They still haven't even done anything to answer the fucking women's tag team championship. I guess they're just gonna scrape that in the toilet and never talk about it again.
Just
They
for
never talking about
what about throwing two phenomenal performers together and calling them dirty dogs? Like, congratulations, good job.
Yeah, great job. We don't
it.
even
What
see them
happened
anymore.
to Dirty Dogs? Where
I don't
are
know.
they?
We just see Dolph Ziggler when John Cena comes back, so we'll see Dolph again in another 6 months. Some bullshit.
Well, we saw him when John Cena came back, but that was it.
Well, we're told we're getting the Usos versus Los Lotharios, which I thought was shocking because I thought we were going straight to the main event. But no, we have time for an Usos squash match. Back from break, we see Los Lotharios in control of the Usos. They faked them out a few times going in and out of the ring, ended up getting a couple of kicks. And now Jimmy back in the ring and Humberto. We get shots on him. Jimmy gets a blind tag from Jay, and this leads to the pump-up Samoan drop. Super kick from Jimmy now with a big super kick on Angel, who was springboarding to the outside. Now Usos are in the ring, hit the 1D on Humberto and pick up the win. Now we have an interview with the Usos who are showing footage of Montez Ford's shoulder and that it was up, and they asked the Usos, how does it feel to get away with it? They're like, what? Get away with what? Kayla says the world just saw the replay and it appears you got away with cheating. Usos said, does it look like we need to cheat? That ain't on the Usos, that's on the ref. Special news. You will have a special guest referee for your match at SummerSlam, which makes no sense. So, like, why now they have a match at SummerSlam? These guys just had a contenders match, so now the Street Profits just automatically like, the storytelling on this is real bad. The setup on this is real bad. It should have been Street Profits the whole time. Tonight should have been a promo or something, some kind of segment between the Profits and the Usos. They go on to say Street Profits the twos and we the ones. I don't know. Jay, you have anything to say about this garbage?
Yeah, what the fuck did we see this? I wasn't expecting to see the Usos have a match. I thought the beginning was the way to end it. I didn't. You're just burying another tag team, which as two rising stars, and you just buried the shit out of them. So who gives a fuck about them now? This is a 0, but you know what? Now that this whole segment and the whole interview and everything, now, even though I'm not a fan of Street Profits, I'm a fan of Street Profits NXT, not Raw or SmackDown. Now they're going to win the belts in SummerSlam, and I don't like it, but this is where it's going to lead to, and I see it. So.
Well, that's actually what I wanted to mention, because I said, and a lot of people have been saying this, when Roman loses the title, everybody's going to lose the title at the same time. So this is not a good sign. The Street Profits are definitely setting up to get those titles at SummerSlam. So what does that mean? That means that we're going to have a new champion as well, and it's going to be someone named Theory. I'm telling you, it's going to be Theory. Your champions after SummerSlam, it's going to be Theory, Liv Morgan, and the Street Profits. Man, think about that Monday Night Raw. Jesus.
No. Because you know why I don't think about that? Because Raw doesn't do that. They do shit. They don't do great. So I don't think of great like you just thought. I think of shit. So I think it's going to be another shit Raw after SummerSlam. We're going to see a few pop-ups from NXT. Hopefully some tag team motherfuckers, because they need some tag team. But that's about it.
How about you, Dave Gilch? What do you think about this whole Usos and Street Profits shenanigans?
Yeah, I don't know. I agree with you. It kind of looked, if I wasn't like following in general, I would say like it looks like they're setting them up to win the titles. But I'm one of the guys I had mentioned to you. I think the way you got to end this shit is all at once in one night. Usos lose, Roman loses, so I'm not
and
sure.
Bloodline just goes off.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
It's possible. Dave, what do you think?
I do think the Profits will be champions because it's leading to it. It's obvious. The whole are we going over the squash match too, or just
whatever you want to talk about? Because after that, it's the main event.
I really don't understand why they even threw that in. It was so random, like. And then it lasted like 2 minutes, maybe, like tops. It's like, hey, oh, by the way, what did they call the 3D now? They call it something else.
They said something, but I didn't like it. It was like one.
It's 1D. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
1D. Like day one-ish. 1 day.
Yeah,
1D.
Wow.
You're stupid.
That's terrible.
It should be more for like one dick, because one of them has a pussy.
Well, I do hope that, because man, when you think back to that last match, the Street Profits deserve it, especially for Montez, because Montez is like, he's a man, bro. Like, he's improved so much.
Listen,
they deserve it. So.
I actually like Los Lotharios too, bro. I think Humberto's fucking incredible. So is Angel Garza. So to see them get shit on
him today,
I'm gonna call it right now. Just to end this shit. I'm gonna call it right now. If the Street Profits lose in SummerSlam, Montez Ford will have one of the biggest singles pushes we have ever seen on Monday Night Raw. I'm saying it right now.
So, because
I'm saying it right now.
He's definitely the better of the two.
I'm calling.
He's got to have his tag team run one more time, though.
They break up, and he becomes one of the biggest singles pushes.
You know why that's not going to happen? Because they just added like 12 different shirts for the Street Profits, bro. They're not doing that.
Who gives a fuck? They add fucking Thunder Rosa shirts. I ain't buying that shit. Fuck out of here.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, you are buying that shit.
Rosa, bro. I got my
you can add a Warlord shirt with
I'll tell you what, at least Thunder Rosa cuts a better promo. Thunder Rosa even cuts a better promo than Liv Morgan. Shut your ass up.
Ooh.
That's for sure. No.
I can play back from great.
She's definitely a better champion than Liv Morgan.
Anyway, let's get into our main event. Or is it our main event? Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. It's main event time, baby. After this break, of course, Sheamus comes out with Rage and Butch, but says tonight, it's me and you. The winner goes on to the main event clash. And the truth is, I've got your number. And then he starts, my throat's tickling. He starts, like, I hope I don't have COVID. I can't compete until I get tested. But I have a backup plan.
Use COVID, bro.
I have a backup plan. My brawling brute is foaming at the mouth to get his teeth on you. So all of a sudden, the main event now is Butch versus fucking Drew McIntyre. Which I was like, okay, cool. I've seen Sheamus versus Drew 1,000 times. At least now, I get to see fucking, Butch go have a match. But of course, you know what it's going to be. You know what it is and what it's going to be. And there's nothing we can do about it. Butch goes right away after Drew connects with a huge Billy to Billy. Nice knee off the top rope from Butch to Drew, who is now clubbing Drew and has a Kimura lock on him. Drew powering his way out, hits him with a Glasgow kiss, which is that big headbutt. He combos it with a big suplex, and Drew calls for the 3 count. Ridge on the apron and a right hand from Drew sends Ridge flying. Butch takes advantage. No, he doesn't. Instead, we get a neck breaker from Drew. Kick up Drew, 3-2-1, Claymore, and game over. Drew wins. Sheamus tries to get in the ring, but Drew has his sword handy. He cuts the ropes in half, and the Kane Pyro comes out. Sheamus does a good job of looking shocked. He's like, oh man, I didn't like the ending. It's a little much. That's for like the kids. That's for the kids. That's not for me. Who wants to go first on this main event?
I guess I'll give my quick take because I was actually at WrestleMania and I saw this crap already. So I don't understand why they tried to do it again. It's like, we already seen this, then why? But I think the best part was Butch taking the Claymore. He took it awesome with that flip. He made it really look like it was like a powerful hit. So if I had to rate it, I don't know, I'll give it a 2 because it was so fast. It didn't make sense too. Like Shane, I couldn't believe they actually used.
Of course, it made sense. Sheamus has COVID. He can't get in the ring.
Come on, that's ridiculous, bro. Like,
I believe Sheamus.
The first thing I said to myself was like, are they really gonna start using COVID now? Like, oh
sure.
My gosh! Like,
I thought he was gonna say monkeypox for a second.
I would have rather him say something like that than fucking COVID.
I thought he was gonna say I have monkeypox.
If he had COVID, we all know his candy ass wouldn't have been there in the first place. So that's kind of
because he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He thinks he just got it maybe from Shinsuke. I don't know.
Maybe from Ridge. He probably got it from Ridge.
It's a possibility, man. Ridge looks like he gets around. Jay?
I thought it was a shit show, so I give it a 2.
Give it a 2. Jay, what are you giving it? No rating?
Was me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rate this. I'm gonna tell you why.
Piece of shit. Okay. Oh, of course you gotta tell me why too.
I'm gonna tell you why because it's like watching Street Profits and Usos for the last month. It's the same shit, right? Now, why I'm pissed off? I'm gonna tell you why I'm pissed off. Because I was watching SmackDown expecting Drew versus Sheamus. Instead, Sheamus backs out of the match. I see Butch. I knew Butch was gonna be a squash. Now, do I like the squash? No. I like when Butch did the top row knee into that wrap arm submission that he did on Drew. I love that. But besides that, we squashed a rising star that's a fucking star. Now, do I like it? No. I hate this. And I didn't like when Drew was talking to the camera and cutting a promo like, yeah, now I'm the #1 contender. I'll see you at Clash at the Castle in September. So let me get this straight. Sheamus just backs out of a match. We put a replacement, and now he's going to Clash of the Castle to fight Roman? Because he was just literally cutting that on camera. So that just threw me off there.
Oh, Sheamus, in my opinion,
Sheamus was backing out to back out of the #1.
Sheamus is obviously reaching a little bit with this one.
It's horrible. It's just horrible booking. It's horrible booking. It's horrible story, and I don't like it. So I'm not gonna rate it.
Gil, how about you?
Yeah, I didn't like it. More of the same. When he did the ropes again with the sword, I was like, really? Like, it was cool once, like just once.
It wasn't even cool when I first saw it live. I was like, "What? What is going on here?"
I was like,
and I was there.
I was like, "Oh, that's kind of different." I'll use the word different. But yeah, I don't. And he'll always be Pete Dunne to me. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give it a 3 stars too, just for the fact that Pete Dunne had his first main event on SmackDown. That's why I'm giving it a 3, just because it was a main event for Pete Dunne. So we're heading in the right direction. You got
2 seconds.
It doesn't matter. Finally, a main event for Pete Dunne. Something for Pete Dunne. At the end of the day, it's his name on the card. At the end of the show, Pete Dunne versus Drew McIntyre. Pete Dunne, well, not Pete Dunne, Butch.
Trash.
But it's alright. Listen, one day Pete Dunne will come back. Right now, I hope what they need to do with him is, you ever seen that movie where the guy has 23 personalities? It's that whole superhero movie with, Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson, and then there's that other guy that's got the 23 personalities. And he turns into the beast. He turns into the beast.
What?
It's called
Lacey
Hostile.
Evans?
No, it's
That's
called
the name
Hostile.
of the movie. Split.
Split, yeah, Split and then Hostile. They made two. The Split one.
Unbreakable.
They need to make Pete Dunne like
Unbreakable
that
was the
guy.
first one.
He has like 23 fucking split personalities, and you never know who you're gonna get. One night you might get Butch, another night you get Pete Dunne, and then they can go crazy. They can go crazy with other 21.
Listen, nobody
be
is
Lacey
arguing.
Evans?
Nobody is arguing with
Yeah,
you
because she
on
don't know what
that.
the fuck she is.
I just need Butch to have a real match. Not a
All right, whatever. Real quick, was SmackDown better than Raw or Dynamite? Yes or no?
Actually, NXT was better.
Okay. Dave, you? What was your favorite show of the week? Excluding Rampage, which we didn't get into yet. Real quick, come on.
Damn.
Come on, goddammit.
I'll probably say Raw then.
Raw? Okay. How about you, Gilch? Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite,
That's for the
NXT?
main event.
What did it for you this week? What did it for you this week?
I was actually getting a little excited during Rampage. I'm like, oh, I'm going to see some Gresham action.
Okay. So you can say,
yeah.
was Rampage your favorite show of the week?
You'll obviously get into that later.
Yeah. That was a joke.
That was just stupid.
I don't know, honestly. This is a tough one because it just wasn't.
For me, it was Monday Night Raw, show of the week. Seth Rollins versus Ezekiel was the best match of the week. Best pro wrestling match of the week. NXT was a circus show. Don't even get me started. I saw that you liked the video on Instagram, so you saw the fucking botched circus. I made a video special for TikTok, and I said the circus is in town. I had clowns in the video. I had a big tent, and then I had clown music playing, and I said the circus is in town. Look at all these crazy bitches with all their crazy botches. They don't even know if they're going up, down, left, or fucking
They're
right.
green, bro. Of course they're gonna
Give a fuck if they're
green,
man.
It's NXT.
Give a fuck, man. Nah, fuck you and fuck your theory. That's what I said.
That's that theory. She's
time.
a fucking champion. Orange
It's
is
time.
one of the most rising
It's
stars
time.
we have ever seen
It's
in
Friday night, and you know what that means. It's time for taped wrestling from Wednesday. Yes, Rampage. Never live. Ever. We get the match between Eddie Kingston.
Sometimes rare.
Stop it. Eddie Kingston fighting Kenosuke Takeshita. I said it right this time.
That's a good match.
Takeshita. Well, Takeshita is one of the best. No, Takeshita. That's the way. Takeshita. That's the way Excalibur. I made sure to remember it tonight because I didn't want to call him Takashita or Takashada or no. It's Takeshita. Takeshita.
Listen to Excalibur.
All right, we start off with some traditional wrestling, side headlocks and some resets as both men showing a bunch of respect to each other. Both men now locking up in a test of strength in the middle of the ring. Eddie manages to take control, but Takeshita manages to counter what JR is talking about, how this guy has massive potential. Eddie has his hands in the air saying, we good, tries to go for a clean break. Takeshita goes for a cheap shot to the midsection. Now Eddie with a knee to the midsection and a gut wrench suplex. Now Eddie with chops and Takeshita with forearms. Eddie takes control with a series of machine gun chops in the corner. Now Takeshita with a machine gun elbow strikes in the corner. Eddie counters with a headbutt as he limps to Takeshita. Now Eddie with a chin lock. Eddie now with a chop that echoes through the whole arena. Takeshita with a big elbow strike and a huge lariat leading to a blue thunder bomb and a cover. But of course the kick out from a never giving up Eddie Kingston. Back from break, both men exchanging chops on the ring apron. Takeshita with the German suplex on the apron. He tries to hold on to it to go for another move. I was getting hyped when I saw that because I'd never seen anything like that before. German suplex on the side of the ring on the apron. Then he rolls over to the floor. It looked like he was about to do like another move, but then Eddie gets away and he catches Takeshita with an exploder suplex. The ref giving them the 10 count. They both get back in, barely making it in time. Both men ramping up the shots, ramping up the intensity. Eddie with a hell of a lariat now. He does a sit-down powerbomb, but Takeshita kicks out. Sick forearm shots to Eddie. Now a brainbuster that looked very good. Very close fall. Both men now slapping the shit out of each other, but Takeshita sinks in the big combo. Eddie faints for a moment, but now with a nasty suplex from Eddie, dropped into Takeshita on his head, gets his spinning backhand off, and manages to just fall on his opponent to get the win. Great match. Great match. Who wants to rate this match first? Volunteers?
Oh, you want me to take it? I'll take it, baby.
Take it.
I'll take it.
Take it, Jay.
This match was a piece of shit. It looked like somebody got tired for doing Dynamite, so they said, "Oh shit, now I gotta have a match with Takeshita or whatever the hell you want to name this guy."
Takeshita.
Eddie Kingston looked like he was running on no legs. He looked tired. He looked like he was out of gas. Now let me start off. I thought the match was gonna be a 5-star. Now it started off nice. We had the Kingston knee. Then he did the gunbreak suplex. So I was like, okay. Then they started both men exchanging chops. So I was feeling it. I was into the match. You know where it lost me? You know where I got lost? When Kingston put it, I don't really know how to say his name. Tasheta, whatever you want to name him.
Listen.
When he
Just
put
hold,
him into
pause.
the corner,
Takesh. Say this first. Say
He
Takesh.
fucking did bad tonight
Takesh.
anyway. They both did bad. They both did shit. Take shit. That's what I want to go. Take shit. Because it was shit. And when Kingston did those chops on the corner turnbuckle, guess what? I could do that too. They're shit. It was shit.
He hit him with some hard ones.
It was so placed. There was no wrestling moves, period. It was just a bunch of clotheslines for both. He's shitty, whatever you want to call him.
This guy's the new Jim Cornette, Dave.
He tried to do a blue thunder bomb, and Kingston doesn't even want to get up. So it looked like shit. Everything looked like shit because Kingston looked tired. It looked like after the first 3 minutes of the match, he just looked like he was out of gas. And that's not selling, folks. That's just him being fat and tired.
Jay, if I send you...
Not put in the work. Hold on. He does not put in the work like Daniel Bryan had said. Like Bryan Danielson said many times, he does not put in the work. He's a piece of shit. He's not a wrestler. Stop taking this guy serious. He was a rising star, but Tony Khan fucking is a bad booker, and he put him into shit. And he's stealing Chris Jericho's fucking Judas Effect moves not once, but twice. I don't need to see this shit. Please take him off TV, put him in dark, or put him in elevation, and we can elevate his ass to Dynamite, and he can have a 5-star or 4-star match. But overall, I don't need to see this shit. I don't need to see another wrestler stealing other moves. I already had enough with Riddle and his bullshit, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to see him RKO Seth Rollins in SummerSlam in a few weeks. So I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. It looked like a guy was just out of gas. 0 stars, no rating.
Wow. Real quick, Jay, if I send you a pair of glasses, a tennis club, and a white jacket with a white button-down shirt, would you wear it and pretend to be Jim Cornette?
Listen. It's not about anybody. It's about watching the product.
No, I'm being serious though. Would you wear the tennis thing and the glasses?
Gas.
No.
He was out of gas. He just looked tired from the war he had on Dynamite. Plus, now he has to go to this match. It's like, what do you expect more for the guy? You got to give a guy a break, man. So
Exactly. Give him a fucking break. All right, Dave, how about you? You saw the match. What are you grading it? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with Jay?
You're talking to me because it cut off.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Do you agree with Jay? What are you rating the match?
I'm sorry, yeah. I actually enjoyed the match. I was confused at the end because he attempted whatever, as that is finishing move now. He attempted it twice. Exactly like Jay. But I actually enjoyed the match. I gave it about a 3, at least a 3.5. I really enjoyed the match. I like Eddie Kingston, even though I like him better on the mic because he's kind of sloppy in the ring. Maybe he does need to do a little more repetition and gain a little more stamina because you could see that he gets tired real fast because he is fat. But he is a much better person on the mic. He's like the reverse of like Bobby Lashley. Like Bobby Lashley's great in the ring but sucks on the mic. Eddie Kingston sucks in the ring but it's great on the mic. So all in all though, not for nothing, I really enjoyed the match and I give it about 3.5.
Okay. And how about you, Gelch? What did you see in the match? What are you rating it?
Yeah, 3.5 is fair. The way it got started, I had a little bit more expectations going through, which let me down a little bit towards the end. I didn't like the finish. I thought the finish was like the Booker's way of not, making him look a little better by losing, like in like a double knockout where he gets, fallen on by Kingston. I didn't like the finish. Overall, yeah, I would say a 3.
This is going to go back to what I said on Wednesday night. Dynamite was lacking star power. Therefore, Rampage is lacking star power. You have Eddie Kingston fighting, in a match that he had no business fighting in, and you have him beating a rising superstar in Takeshita. You could have had so many other people fight Takeshita. I would have made a triple threat match: Orange Cassidy versus Tony Nese versus Takeshita. I think that would have been a way better. I think that would have been a way better match than Well, Jay, you already talked, so let me talk about what I think now. For a second.
Me slamming my phone coming off, and you guys, that.
You know what I think? I think that the match was good. It was an okay match for what it was. It was an opening match. I didn't like that it got real sloppy at the end, unfortunately. It got super sloppy at the end. Like, super sloppy.
Yeah,
when they started getting on their knees and they were slapping each other, and then all of a sudden it just was not stiff anymore. It went from being good, stiff, hard, clean shots to just like, whatever. I only give it a 3. I didn't give it a 3.5. I gave it a 3. So Jay's giving it a 0. Dave gave it a 3.5, and I think Gilch, you said 3.5 too, right? Or just 3? All right, so we're on the same page. After this, we get a promo from Athena. I don't even know why she's here, but she's here. She's gonna cut a promo right now. Athena and Chris Statlander. I wasn't too big on this. Athena, Chris Statlander. She says, "You dodge good opponents." Talking to Jade Cargill. There's no competition yet. We've been here the whole time, and that was it. Nothing else. I don't really have much to say on that, After that, we see a video package of Hook, just showing us some of his matches, some of his action. We didn't see him in action, but we got to see a video package of him. But it looks like they're trying to separate him from Danhausen. That's what I'm noticing for the last couple of weeks. We haven't really seen him.
He's coming out with Orange.
Yeah, he's coming out with Orange Cassidy. He's coming out with Best Friends. He's getting involved with Mark Sterling. So at least I like that. I'm a fan that Hook is maybe going to get pushed on his own now. But where do we see Hook going from here, though? If he's going to be this undefeated phenom, what title is he going after?
That's the problem.
More matches with legitimate wrestlers.
That's the problem with AEW. They have so many great fucking rising stars, and they make them undefeated, and now they're stuck because they don't know what to do with them. It's a problem, man. It's like, what are you gonna do with Hook now?
I agree, and then you also have other rising stars that you just shit on, though. You have other rising stars that you have to shit on. So
Kingston? Eddie fucking Kingston? Fuck Eddie Kingston, man. That's not a rising star. He's going back to Jericho. I don't shit on AEW stars. It's just, let's face the fact.
Who's talking about Eddie Kingston?
Hold on.
Listen, did you say Eddie Kingston?
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna stay on mute because you just fucking... I'm trying to make a point here.
What's your point? What's your point about Hook?
Oh, it's alright. Fucking defend Eddie fucking Kingston. I've been asleep while you...
No, I was just trying to figure out how you went from Hook to Eddie Kingston. I was just asking a question, Jay. You can answer it. Jay doesn't want to answer the question. I was just trying to fuck what the fuck he was talking about from Hook to Eddie Kingston. I had no idea.
We're talking about Hook. We're not talking about Eddie.
What I think of Hook, I think Hook is a good talent. He is money so far coming down to the ring, beating somebody up, and then leaving. That's about it. I haven't seen actual substance. I haven't seen him wrestle a match there. I want to see him wrestle more. I want to see him get in the ring more.
Yeah,
I want to know what the fuck Jay was talking about, but he's
asleep right now.
I think he passed out.
He fell asleep.
Jay, you gonna tell me what?
I just think Hook needs he needs to wrestle more with legitimate people.
No, when I get caught up, I just don't talk no more. That's what it is. So I'm not gonna talk about this topic. I'm not gonna talk about
I was just asking you a question.
I'm not gonna get my point. I know, but I'm not gonna get to my point. That's what it is. So
you put him to sleep, bro.
It is what it is. I'm going to sleep. I'll wait till the next second.
Okay. Eddie Kingston has a promo now after the whole nonsense with Hook. Actually, that's after. We have a match first. The Gates of Agony with Tully Blanchard defeated Ring of Honor champion Jonathan Gresham and Lee Moriarty. Gates of Agony start off the match with a big-time offense, just shutting down Jonathan and Lee. They tell us Khan is an actual prince. Toa is very impressive with all his moves and movement in the ring. He looks like a true powerhouse. Very big dude. I love that Super Samoan backdrop, the way he did it. It looked so impressive. One of the best ones I've seen in the business. Way better than the way the Usos do it. Way better than Solo Sikoa's. It just looked incredible when he does it. We go to picture-in-picture. Back from break, we see Lee was looking impressive, but then he goes for the tag to Jonathan. He just walks away, turns on his back on him, and now he was hugging Telly. Apparently, he joined Telly's whole stable over there. We get the backdrop, and the dude just gets destroyed by the Gates of Agony, who pick up the win. I don't know. I didn't really the match. Gates of Agony looked good. Gilch, what do you think of the Gates of Agony?
Yeah, they look good. Big guys, they can move. That was I didn't watch a lot over there. So some of the New Japan guys, some of the ROH guys, I'm seeing for the first time. These guys, I mean, I think just add these guys to the list of tag teams that need matches on a regular basis.
All right, Dave. How about you? What'd you think about the Island Boys, the new Island Boys?
They look like wannabe head shrinkers. That's the way I looked at it. The match itself, it was okay. Too many things going on outside of the ring. It was a really fast match. Just Jonathan Gresham, I never seen him before. He hit a promo about "you're gonna finally see me," and his candy ass doesn't do anything. So it's like, what was the point of that whole promo about talk about "you're gonna see who I am," and your dumbass don't do nothing? So it's like it gives you less credibility, at least in my eyes. He looks cool, but I don't know what he is. I don't know what he does. I don't know his finishing. I don't know nothing about it. So me being an AEW, WWE fan that don't watch Ring of Honor, I can give two shits about this guy right now, because to me now he's a piece of shit. He didn't even prove his point. So I think it was a fail. Whoever thought of this idea was pretty dumb, because to go with those promos and then lead to this didn't make any sense to me.
So did you grade it or no grade? It was really short.
I graded it probably like a 2, because it was such a fast bullshit match.
I didn't even grade it because it was too quick and it was like a heel turn, maybe like a 2. Maybe I agree with you, I guess. Jay, how about you? What do you think about this match and the whole heel turn? You know more about Ring of Honor than any of us.
Well, Jonathan Gresham is the last Ring of Honor World Champion. He's more of a submission guy. If you guys don't know his game plan, he's a submission guy. That's what he does. He had a match against Jay Lethal that killed it before this whole Ring of Honor and AEW crap. I didn't really think much of it. I don't think... Well, I can't even recall the last time we saw Lee Moriarty on TV. Maybe you guys can, but I can't.
I don't remember.
I really forgot his wrestling style. I don't really know what he's about. He looked like a high flyer, but I didn't see any of that tonight. I don't like the whole Jonathan Gresham heel turn, because I knew he was playing possum for the first time when he missed the tag. So I knew it was coming. But
it was too obvious.
I can't race something that I didn't really see a wrestler do a lot of moves. Like, we didn't really see Lee Moriarty do a lot. Maybe a few drop kicks here and there, but I can't rate it because I didn't really see much. But the Gates of Agony, they're very impressive. I see them as a big upgrade compared to Butcher and Blade. I'd rather see them more than the Butcher and the Blade. Future tag champs, I'm going to call it. But not anytime soon. Maybe Ring of Honor tag champs. But yeah, I can't rate this because I didn't really see much from Lee Moriarty. I wish I saw more. I really forgot his style. I don't really know what it is. So I can't really rate it.
I wouldn't replace Butcher and Blade. I'd like to see them go against Butcher and Blade.
No, I didn't say replace. I just said they're an upgrade. I never said replace. I just said they're just an upgrade.
They're good though.
They're
a good-looking tag team. They look like a real deal tag team. They look like a heavyweight tag team. You don't see many heavyweight tag teams.
The thing is, I just think that Gates of Agony's move sets are more smoother than Butcher and Blade's, because from what I saw Wednesday, there was just too many botches.
Yeah.
The Samoan blood.
After this, we got an Eddie Kingston promo. Eddie Kingston. We're going to talk one more time. Again.
Don't get Jay started.
We never get enough of the Eddie Kingston promos. By the way, Eddie Kingston, Mad King, his name Mad King Eddie Kingston, is all elite. My ribs hurt, my head hurts, I respect you, you are the future, talking to Takeshita. So now I've earned the right to turn my attention to Chris. What you did to Ruby, I'm going to make you bleed because you made me a liar. What you did to Ruby, now the bleeding is not for me, it's for them. I'm going to get your blood because I'm not a liar. I want you in a barbed wire match. They tell us there's going to be a match between Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho on July 20th at, what is it called? Fighter Fest Night 2. And there's going to be, I don't know if you read this, the Jericho Appreciation Society is going to be suspended above a shark tank.
Oh, they're doing that? Oh, Lord.
Yes.
We seen that already.
I didn't catch this.
We seen it already.
Yes.
Oh, God. This is not unique.
Dilch, are you excited about
was
this?
terrible.
Maybe we'll see somebody get eaten by a shark? That'd be cool.
But we see somebody suspended in the cage before. We seen this shit.
But now we're going to see the whole Jericho Appreciation Society in one little cage, apparently.
Look, I'm gonna tell
The
you guys,
entire one.
if I could have the moment to talk about Eddie Kingston, I told you guys he was a rising star. He was over here, and they fucking shitted on him. They took a bird shit and they put it in both his fucking eyes, and they bring him back down to Jericho so he could try to be back up here. He was already up here. Now he's back down here. I don't like a guy that's moving backwards. I like a guy that's moving forward. And unfortunately, he's going backwards. I don't want to see him fight Jericho again. And I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see him fight either. I'm tired of this shit. There's other people out there. Even if all the best wrestlers are injured right now, which they are, there are other wrestlers out there. Why can I not see fucking Eddie Kingston versus fucking Luchasaurus? I would fucking pay to see that shit. I don't understand it. So that's just my whole take on it. That's all. I'm only pissed off because Tony Khan took a rising star and instead of moving forward, he went backward. That's my whole shit.
I think tonight Jay's reached a new level of loudness.
I'm sorry.
His mic is usually always good, but tonight he's getting so loud that it's like screeching out.
There's a difference between promoting and booking. Tony Khan is a great promoter, no doubt. Booking, he's fucking horrible. Now, everybody at home should know the fucking difference before they say he's a great booker. No, motherfuckers, he's a great promoter, not a great booker.
You shouldn't be allowed. You shouldn't be allowed to. You shouldn't be allowed to yell with those headphones. I'll tell you that.
And I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna be on mute because I made my point about Eddie.
No, you can talk. I just don't think you. Yeah, the yelling. Are you guys hearing that same noise? Am I the only one hearing that shit?
Hell yeah, they're hearing it because they're fucking tight too. There's some Eddie Kingston fans right now watching this shit and they fucking tight. So they agree with my ass. It's exactly, you put a rising star, you put him backwards. I don't want to watch this shit.
That's great. Next, we're going to get a match. They tell us earlier in the night it's going to be Mercedes Martinez and Serena Deeb, and they're just in action. We don't know who their opponents are yet, right? They're going to be taking on Kayla Sparks and Christina Marie. I don't know who the fuck they are.
Wow.
Whatever. Serena starts the match off real aggressive. She tells Mercedes to watch and learn. Serena just abusing both ladies, trying to tell Mercedes this is how it's done. Now we see Serena just like, continuing the abuse. We see the blind tag from Mercedes. Serena now with the camel clutch on Christina. Then Mercedes with a drop kick to the jaw. Serena Deeb with another blind tag. Now Serena dragging Christina around. Sets her up for the Serenity Lock. And Christina Marie, she has no choice. She has to tap out. Mercedes has to pull Serena off because she won't let go. They're having a few words after they pick up the win. Kayla Sparks was just completely useless in this match. Serena now attacking Mercedes. Seems like they won't stay on the same page for long. Serena locks in the Serenity Lock and Mercedes is forced to tap out. And I would love to know how any of these ladies are going to get any TV time when Mrs. Paige, Sasha Banks, and Naomi show up. I'd love to see how you're going to have any of these ladies have any time on TV at all. Yeah, go ahead.
Sasha the heel walks in and takes the title off Thunder Rosa right away?
Maybe. Well, if he treats her like CM Punk, then yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Tony could be in love with Sasha Banks. He's such a fucking fanboy. We don't know. How long before those rumors start? Oh, Tony grabbed my nipple. I
Well,
want $10 million.
I'm just gonna say that this is another prime example of Tony Khan rushing an ROH pay-per-view. First of all, we have the main event, Jonathan Gresham versus Lee Moriarty. That's bad right there. And now we're gonna have the second main event, Mercedes Martinez versus Serena Deeb, which is just bad. It's just bad booking. You could just see
I didn't rate this match at all. It was too short. It was a complete shit show squash match. Big fucking deal. You're beating up girls that we've never heard of before. How does this make you look any better? I don't understand that. There's so many other talented women on the roster that they could have had a match with. They just take two real rookies and just shove them in there and say, go get beat up. I don't know. Is anybody rating this match? Jay, Dave, nobody, right? All right. Yeah. All right, I won. Congratulations on your shitty fucking one.
Wow.
Congratulations on your shitty.
I'm still confused on why they even attacked him in the first place.
You know, I'm gonna use this. No, it's my turn. It's my turn now. I'm gonna really shit on somebody tonight. You know who I'm fucking sick of? You might want to mute your mic because I'm not gonna be done babbling for at least 5 fucking minutes. I'm gonna read out the match and then I'm gonna say what I really think. All right.
Oh boy.
We get an interview real quick before the main event with Telly and Ring of Honor champion Jonathan Gresham. He says, I am the foundation of Ring of Honor. I've been sitting at home until I got a call from Telly. The man laid out this plan, and I'd be a fool not to listen to him. Tony Khan says Moriarty will get his match next week. Telly says, I don't know if Moriarty's even going to be able to make it there next week. Now the match is going to start. Main event. Before the match starts, we are shown an interview between Tony Nese, Mark Sterling, Orange Cassidy, best friends, and Danhausen. Good God. Mark, of course, there's been enough of this shit already, this lawyer talk. It's just fucking bad, man. It's fucking bad. We get a quick interview now from Lee Moriarty. He says it's going to be a fight. This is all he says. He has a chance to cut a promo on TNT, not on fucking Ring of Honor video on demand or whatever the fuck you used to being on, or YouTube. You're on fucking TNT. It's your time to cut a promo, and you say it's going to be a fight. I'm taking your world championship. And that's it. Literally said fucking 6 words. He had 10 seconds, 20. He could have said a lot. Didn't say shit. Then we get the main event. Orange Cassidy is going to take on Tony Nese. It pisses me off that I even have to watch Tony Nese, who's one of the greatest in-ring competitors of the last 10 years, who killed it on the Cruiserweight division, killed it in fucking 207 Live, killed it everywhere he's fucking been. Comes to AEW, his first singles match on TV, basically, is this one. Alright, he's had, I think, 9 or 10 singles matches. And none of them have been on Dynamite, none of them have been on Rampage. So our first introduction to Tony Nese is going to be that he's going to take a fucking loss to Orange Cassidy. Fine. He's going to take a loss to Orange Cassidy. And it was actually a good match, though. I can't even front. Nese got the sick gut buster. He hits the ropes really hard. Sterling with a cheap shot to Orange. Nese with a beautiful over-the-top rope chin breaker on the ropes. During the break, we see Tony all over Orange with a body scissors submission, which you never see in wrestling anymore. Nese with the stiff elbow. Irish whip, he punches Orange in the head. Orange then counters with a roll through on the ropes, dodges the lariat. Now he almost lands the tornado DDT, but Nese counters that, hits the Northern Lights suplex. Tony with some sick shots, very stiff, showing Orange what a real punch should look and feel like. Tony elevates Orange on the top rope. Both men were exchanging shots, delivering haymakers. Finally, they knock Orange down. Tony Nese to the mat now. Danhausen was trying to curse Mark Sterling, who tries to get involved. But now we see Tony hit Danhausen with a baseball slide. Now Orange with that crossbody, the stunner, and the Michinoku driver for the close fall. Nese with a sick combo leading to a German suplex. Kick out from Orange. Nese goes for the pump handle slam, but instead we see 2 DDTs from Orange, who's heading up to the top rope, gets another diving DDT, and Tony kicks out after 3 DDTs. Tony lands that pump handle driver, but Orange kicks out yet again. Mark Sterling with the clipboard now trying to attack Orange Cassidy in the ring, but Danhausen stops him, gives him a low blow. Now Orange with the orange punch. And this orange punch was actually the best orange punch I've ever seen Orange Cassidy deliver, to be honest with you. He delivers the orange punch, does it very well. Tony Nese sells it very well. 1, 2, 3, picks up the win against Tony Nese in the main event. But here's the thing. I think Orange Cassidy's a fucking joke. I am sick of this gimmick. I'm not... To me, I get it. Yeah, it's entertaining. We talk about shit all the time, and I always hear from Jay and from Dave, it's the same shit. It's repetitive. It's the same shit. It's repetitive. It's the same shit. Every single Orange Cassidy match is the same shit. He starts off with his little hands in his pockets. He does his stupid little fucking kicks. I'll give the guy credit. I have no idea how he does his backflips. Don't even get me started on that thumb. I'm so over it, bro. I'm so fucking over it. If I ever meet Orange Cassidy, I'm going to chop the shit out of him. I'm going to walk right up to him. I'm going to chop the shit out of him and then leave. I don't even want his autograph. I might even give him back the toy I bought. And be like, here, keep it. Give this shit to your kids. Because I fucking don't need it anymore. I don't want to give it to my kids. This shit is useless like your fucking in-ring IQ. His in-ring IQ is complete shit. You know why? Because he follows a script. He does the same moves, the same spots, the same shtick. He never gets on the fucking microphone. If he does, he says one word. We don't even know if he has mic skills because we never hear him talk longer than 2 seconds. It's been 4 years. The guy's never said a fucking line on TV. I can't take it anymore, Dave. Dave, I'm looking at you, motherfucker. I can't take it anymore. Because I know you like this guy, and I don't know why. Tell me, Dave, why you like this guy. Tell me, Dave.
I like him because he's actually a good wrestler. He actually wrestles. So, as much as he does his gimmick with the hands in his pocket and all that, he actually fucking wrestles. So, I don't understand what it is that y'all don't like about him. I understand you don't like his gimmick. But he actually fucking wrestles.
I like him when he wrestles.
And they do bullshit. And when you see him in the ring, they fucking suck. This guy actually is a good wrestler. So at the end of the day, you might not like his gimmick. You might not like how his character is. But when he's in the ring, he actually wrestles and he entertains. So the only thing that I didn't like about this match was the whole tornado DDT bullshit. Like they did it way too many times. Nese reversed it too many times. And then when he finally got it, he felt impelled to do it 3 times. And I thought that was fucking stupid. Like that part I didn't like at all. But Orange himself, I think he's awesome. I love him. The whole gimmick is that he doesn't talk. So I don't know why you're so mad about him not talking, because that's his gimmick. His gimmick, he doesn't talk. Literally, he doesn't even put a finger up. He puts this because he doesn't talk. He doesn't put any real emotion. That's his point. Why you think he does the little kick bullshit? It's supposed to be bullshit, but you still fall for it. And at the end of the day, you are actually falling for what his gimmick is. So he's fulfilling his role. So at the end of the day, I enjoyed the match. I thought it was great. Nese really made Orange, he really he put him over, and I thought it was a great match. I agree. I think Nese needs to get a little more wins. He's been losing way too much. I really do agree with that because he is a great wrestler. But I understand him losing to Orange. Like if he lost to someone else, I get it. But Orange, if he won somebody, well, I'm sorry, if he beat somebody else, I get it. But like Orange, I kind of get it because of the whole story or whatever. But I still think the match was great. I give it a 4. I enjoyed the match.
All right, you give it a 4. No, but it actually was a good match. It was one of the better Orange Cassidy matches I've seen. I like when he wrestles. The problem is it takes so long to see him wrestle, and we get so many of these just like gimmicky promos, and he's always involved with so many other people. I just would love to see a serious take on his character, like for once.
But that's the point. He's not supposed to be a serious character.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Wrestling should be about serious characters.
Not always.
It should. And the guys that aren't serious, they shouldn't be in fucking main events. It's a clown show.
That's the point. Even though he's not a serious character, he's a great wrestler. That's the whole point.
Like, you know
what? That's the whole point. We watch wrestling for wrestling, right? Right? So if you see in a match and he's actually wrestling, I don't know what else to tell you, bro. I'm entertained by it. I love him as a wrestler. He's a great wrestler. Bottom line.
He's a great wrestler, but guess what? There's 50 other guys that are better than him. You can't argue me there.
He was in the main event, so
you can't.
I don't know what else to tell you.
I know 50 guys who are better than him. Gilch, go ahead. I know you wanted to say something. Go ahead, get it out, man. These guys tonight, they're not letting us get anything out.
It's all good. I look at a guy a lot of times and I say, can I see this guy as a serious world champion? And like from that angle, you look at Orange Cassidy. No, it's not going to happen. But all that aside, it's still entertaining. And I tell you what, the pop in the crowd is what 85% like yes, like into it. I mean, so it's entertaining. He's entertaining in the ring. Is he perfect? No. Technically, no. But I hate Tony Nese having to take an L to him there. I really hate it.
That's my point. That's what I hate. Like, you got a guy like Tony Nese just gonna get shitted on because he's over. Because he's over.
You know what's the unfortunate thing with Tony Nese is that he's a great wrestler, but he has.
You're gonna tell me Tony Nese isn't a better wrestler than Orange Cassidy?
No, this is not the point. You just heard what I just said.
No, I'm just asking you who's better. Wrestler, I'm asking you who's better.
No charisma. Orange has way more character and charisma than Tony Nese is just a wrestler. Unfortunately,
Tony can just do the same thing Orange does and do nothing. Just put glasses on and put his hands in his pocket.
He has no charisma.
This isn't a character. It's retarded. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna use the word that I fucking banned.
Kind of entertaining.
It's mental that people are buying into this garbage. That shows you the state of the union, the state of society, and how fucking dumb everybody is. If this gimmick is getting over, you fucking people make me sick. I'm with Lacey Evans. You people make me sick.
But I mean, like, seriously, let's put it 2-2. If you put Cassidy and Nese in this case, right? Nese is a greater wrestler, yes. In ring ability, way more better than Cassidy. But Cassidy has character that draws the crowd in and makes them entertaining. Nese is just a pro. He's a great wrestler. That's it. He's nothing else. He has to have this bullshit lawyer to make him even kind of relevant.
That's what they stuck him with, bro. A lot of the guys are getting overshadowed.
That's the bad part about it, and that's why Tony Nese is looked upon the way I look at him. Like, I look at him as a great wrestler, but that's it. Like, he's not entertaining after that. Orange is actually entertaining. Outside of being even a wrestler, he's a good wrestler and he's funny and entertaining.
Weren't you just saying a couple of minutes ago that we watch wrestling for wrestling, and now you're talking about how this guy's not entertaining because he's just a good wrestler? Don't fucking piss me off right now with your hypocrisy. Jay, what do you think of this?
Well, I'm going to start from the beginning because there's a lot of feelings in this main event. So I'm going to say, first of all, the best cruiserweight, in my opinion, in my eyes, is TJP. He's one of the best cruiserweights.
He's up
not
there.
Tony Nese. But I do like Tony Nese, and he did have a gimmick. It was the premier athlete in 205, in case you guys missed it.
No,
that was his gimmick. He had a six-pack, and he would flex all the time in front of everybody. That was the gimmick, and guess what? Wait, hold on. Guess what? It worked for him to winning the belt. Now we're talking fast forward to Orange Cassidy versus Tony Nese. Now, I'm going to agree with Dave. He has no gimmick. He has no personality. There's no facials. There's nothing going on. I really cannot go into an AEW arena or wherever they're located and buy a Tony Nese shirt because there's just nothing there. Like Dave said, there really isn't. TJP had more character than Tony Nese. But they put him with Sterling, and Sterling is making him look like a joke. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. I think Sterling's a joke, and he's making him even look worse. Tony Nese doesn't need to be with Sterling. He needs to be
I've
by
never
himself.
been a fan of Sterling's work.
Exactly. He's a great wrestler, Tony Nese. He needs to be by himself. You know, he has some move. He had that leg submission move. I thought that was a nice move when it was picture-to-picture, and it came after break. I thought that was
that's a scissor lock. I see it. You never see it anymore.
I never seen that. I mean, he had that German suplex followed by the black mass. I called it a black mass, that round kick to the face for the 2 count. I thought that was a great spot right there. What about the moonsault that he missed, but then he hit it again the second time? That was also great by Tony Nese.
It was a good match.
The first time he had hang time, the second one was beautiful. So Tony Nese can wrestle, but do I see him coming as a champion? No. Now I'm gonna go back to Guilt Dave's point when they say, when I look at Orange Cassidy, do I see him as a world champion? Now I'm gonna agree with both of you guys. I do not. Why? Because Orange Cassidy, the name, even if it's on the belt or not, it just doesn't sell to me, and it just doesn't make me want to buy merch. Now I could buy merch now because I think he's a funny guy and he's entertaining. But overall, can he wrestle? Now go back to Dave's point. Yeah, he can wrestle. Do I think he's great? No. I can name probably 50 people like Savage that are greater wrestlers than Orange Cassidy. But he can wrestle. It's just he's doing the clown shit. And we need to lose the clown shit. We need to lose the best friends behind him. We need to lose Danhausen. I don't even know why the fuck Danhausen here.
Because they stick the clowns together.
So we're just gonna put him back to best friends.
They stick the clowns together.
Best friends. No, he was in Best Friends. He went to Danhausen Hook, and now we're gonna put him back in Best Friends. Now we're gonna dress him up as a lawyer. Overall, I'm just gonna make this short and sweet. Overall,
gotta wrap up.
It was an okay match. I'll give it 1.5, but there was nothing glamorous here. I don't see him as a future champion. But the man can wrestle, so I'm not going to shit on Orange Cassidy, but the gimmick is not for me.
No problem. I actually rated that match a 3.5. I actually thought it was a very good, very entertaining match. But to just make a quick point, a man that somebody in this room is a big fan of once said, if you're not here to be the world champion, then what the fuck are you doing here in the first place? And bottom line is this. My question is, do you think Orange Cassidy... Well, actually, don't even answer this. I'm just closing the statement with this. I have to wonder, does Orange Cassidy walk around at night really believing that he's going to be AEW World Champion one day? That's the question we got to ask. If he thinks he can become World Champion with this, then fine, so be it. But if he's walking around knowing that he's never going to become World Champion, then I have already proven my point. Real quick before we end the show, there's 2 questions I want to ask. Actually, maybe even 3. The first question I want to ask...
TBS is women.
And Gilch...
I know, he's a woman.
Guys, calm down. Gilch, you're going to answer this first. It's only a yes or no. Actually, it's a name. I'm going to give you 2 names. And you're going to tell me who cuts a better promo. All right? Edge or Christian?
Christian.
Dave, Edge or Christian?
Christian.
Damn. Jay, Edge or Christian?
I'm going with Christian.
God damn, it's a fucking sweep. It's Christian. We know who the better wrestler is. We know who the better wrestler is. And yes, Edge has cut hella good promos, but almost after listening to his first or 2, 3 promos, they all start to sound the same. There's no more originality anymore. He still delivers them good.
I just want to ask you guys, I personally feel that Christian Cage's promos we've seen is the best work he's ever done.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's definitely because he has his creative control. That's definitely why.
Best work I ever heard.
And as long as Edge is in WWE and if he's controlled, if Edge was in AEW, Edge by far probably will have way better promos than Christian.
I know. I'm talking about overall, bro. I'm not talking about right now. Like their whole body of work. All right, don't just count this year.
It says
if you're saying all body of work, then I would say Edge. But if
I'm talking about
right now,
no, not right now. Overall, who's got better mic skills overall? Not right now. Overall, whole career. Overall, whole career.
Edge has way more memorable promos than Christian.
All right, I just want to be clear on that. All right, so this year, 2022, in 2022, Christian's cutting a better promo than Edge. Bottom line.
100%.
The best work.
100%.
All right. Now, my next question is this. Wardlow. Who's challenging him for the title first?
I think it's gonna be a random bullshit.
Or Jay, who do you want to see challenge Wardlow for the title first? That should be the better question.
He's gonna be squashing mad people.
Hold on, I'm gonna answer your first question. I'm gonna say Scorpio Sky because I think they're gonna go back to that. But who do I want to see Wardlow fight that will give him a fight and a wrestling match, that'll be Miro. So I want to see Wardlow versus Miro for the belt.
And Dave, how about you?
Like I just said, I think he's just gonna be having squash matches until he faces somebody like a Miro or something like that. For now, I think he's gonna be squashing through people right now.
All right, but who do you want to see him fight first?
First?
Sure.
Oh, I don't know. It'll be a toss-up between Sky or maybe Sammy, because Sammy hasn't gone back for the title. Now he can, because Sky doesn't have the championship. So.
Miro sounds more like a pay-per-view match to me. Wardlow Miro needs to be built as a pay-per-view payoff. That's a big-time match. They can't So all these guys, first of all, they don't only have 4 pay-per-views a year, right? The next pay-per-view's not till September, and we gotta wait, July, August, September, so like 3 months. So 3 months, my question now is how many times, and Gilch, who do you want to see him fight first, real quick, before I go into that next phase?
I think Sammy's a good idea, actually, because where he's at with the crowd now versus where Wardlow is at, I mean, you're going to get, like, your perfect combo there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I think we need to see him at least 2 weeks come out and squash someone. I mean, it doesn't even have to be, like, a guy who's already in the ring. Maybe, like, a Captain Sean Dean kind of guy that he actually has, like, an entrance. So, like, 2, like, squashes, and then I can see a match.
That's why I said the squashes. I bet you there's going to be a bunch of squashes.
If he wants to have a good championship run, this run has to be filled with like good matches against tough competitors who almost beat him, but don't.
I have something to say.
Not right away. Like let's say in 6 months from now, a year from now.
I think MJF should be the one that takes it from him.
But let's say you guys are right on the money, right? And everything you guys predicted happened. Do we really want to see the way how he carries himself in a match? I personally do not. I'm tired of seeing 5, 6, 7 powerbomb symphonies. I think 1 or 2 is enough. Why do I need to see 3 or more?
No, I agree with you there. He needs to evolve as a wrestler as his run goes on. Add more moves to his repertoire. Add more suplexes. He can still finish with a powerbomb, but just add a lot of different shit on the way there.
1 or 2. That's it.
Yeah, no, he doesn't even need to do 2. Could be just 1, bro.
He does like 3 or more, bro.
He needs to go. He needs to run with his symphony thing though. Have a suplex symphony. Have another kind of symphony. Have like 3 or 4 different kinds.
I get it. It's for the crowd, but the crowd, he already has him in the palm of his hand. You don't need to do that no more. He could do other things like that swanton he hit this past Wednesday. That was fucking awesome. He could do other shit. You don't need to do that. That's what I'm trying to say. He could just limit it. Like, you don't have to do 5 power bombs. Just do 1 or 2. And I'm good with that.
You know what?
That's it. I'm good with that.
You know what makes you think about too? Why is it that he needs to do 3 power bombs on Sky, but can beat Morrissey with 1?
That's what I'm saying.
You know, like, what was the point of that? That's why I was confused when he beat Morrissey with just 1 power bomb. But everyone else, Sky, who's like legitimately much tinier than Morrissey, and he has to hit him with 3 power bombs to beat him. But Morrissey beats him with 1. Like it just defeats the purpose.
Here's the matches I want to see by the end of the year. I want to see Wardlow have a sick match with Hobbs. I want to see him have a sick match with Miro. I want to see him have a sick match with Keith Lee. I want to see him have a sick match with Lance Archer for the title. Because Lance Archer, that's another guy that's underrated. He can deliver. He's great. His match, where I gained respect for him when he took on Hangman Adam Page. That match, to me, was one of my favorite matches of the year so far still.
I was ringside for that.
Oh, wow. That's
Atlantic
a money
City.
match. That's a money match.
Yeah.
I also wanted to mention earlier today, like when I listened to Busted Open, they brought up a good point that I didn't even think about. When Wardlow won that championship, you know, it was borderline disrespectful that he just did the step on him and took the pin. Like, why are you not pinning? You're going for a championship. You're supposed to pin this man and make it real legit. Like, I need to pin this guy so I can win this belt.
That's booking.
Like bullshit.
That's booking.
Let me put my foot on him.
That's Tony. That's Tony right there. That's Tony. Oh, this whole thing has Tony's name on it. The fact that it was so quick, it was like another CM Punk thing. Oh, we need a new guy. You with the belt. You're gonna be the man. Just beat this guy, kick his ass, and that's it. You're the man.
I don't know.
No substance, no storytelling. You build up Scorpio Sky and then just tear him down in one night.
Demolish him. Yeah,
Listen,
it didn't make sense to me.
Just to end this to what Savage said, he just needs to do more movesets. That's all.
No, he needs to have more legitimate matches. Like his matches are like straight squashes.
And I know Jay's saying Scorpio Sky's gonna go after Wardlow, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I just don't. You don't lose like that and go back for more. Yeah, exactly. You don't lose like that and then go back for more. He's just gonna be squashing people till they set up some kind of feud.
They disrespected that belt so many times that I don't mind.
Yeah, that belt switched so many times. It's stupid.
So if they could do anything they want with it, it's a joke. At this point, it's a joke, that belt.
Yeah, it's lost its integrity. Like in the beginning, it had some integrity. Now it's
to me, it lost its integrity.
So many times, it's like, who cares?
It lost its integrity the moment they lost the channel. Okay, it was the TNT title because the show was on motherfucking TNT.
Lost integrity when Wardlow put his foot on Scorpio Sky 1, 2, 3. That's where it lost its integrity.
And then to top it off,
fair argument.
You give Sky his own title, like literally give him a title with the Lakers colors and all that.
All right, guys.
He uses the way he did. Like
last question of the night, and then we're wrapping this up because we're about to hit the 2-hour mark right now. FTR versus the Briscoes. All I want is just quickly predictions. Do you see Briscoes, or I see FTR winning this match 100%?
Oh, it's close, but I'm leaning towards the Briscoes. I don't know why.
Who won the first match?
FTR. It was a great match, by the way.
And this is for the Ring of Honor titles only.
Yeah. I mean, in that sense, I could see Briscoes winning because they want to get their titles back. That's their title.
Okay. How about you, Gilch?
Knowing that it's just the Ring of Honor tag team titles on the line, I'm really actually leaning like Briscoes now. And I was just Briscoes, I didn't know it was the one title. I don't know exactly what they were doing with that match, but I think they'll probably get.
I'm calling FTR because I think that Tony wants to see FTR with 8 titles total, including when they beat the Bucks, whenever that is. That's where it's headed. Because the Bucks came out. Remember the other night they were chanting FTR? They were trying to chant FTR, and then the Bucks were like, "Oh, we're better than them," and you know it. That's a shot straight at FTR. So that is a match that's coming. The Bucks ain't losing anytime soon, and if they lose, it's only going to be to FTR.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a bigger Buck fan though.
Okay, can I say something?
I'll go for the Young Bucks on that one.
I just want to say one thing. I just don't like the way Tony Khan is handling ROH as a promotion. And I don't like how he's setting up this pay-per-view. I think it's just too rushed, and it's just matches that nobody's interested in. I'm not interested in a world title match with Lee Moriarty versus Jonathan Grissom. I'm not.
Well, they need to make Ring of Honor its own thing. It should have its own TV show. Ring of Honor needs to have its own channel, its own TV show, its own stars. And then you can do, like, mixing it up like Forbidden Door kind of pay-per-view, shit like that.
The only reason why I said the Briscoes, because I'm a fan of the Briscoes. I would love to see them in AEW, like fight AEW, whatever fucking tag team they got left there.
They just look like Eddie Kingston, but in better shape.
Yeah, Briscoes are awesome.
And a little more rugged, right? Just a more rugged, in shape Eddie Kingston. This is what Eddie Kingston would look like if he actually went to the gym.
Jay Briscoe
he was a farmer.
Jay Briscoe had one of the solidest, best runs he had in ROH. So the Briscoes can fucking work.
Oh, I know they can work.
So I know it'll be a great match between both. I just see Briscoes kind of winning. I think FTR just won the belt because they want to win every belt and every promotion to be the best. So I think that's why they'll lose it and just give it back to the Briscoes.
It's a possibility. I guess we're going to have to wait and see, but that's the end of the show, folks. Do you guys have any final comments? Or fuck all that final comment. You guys just say goodbye. Say goodnight. Make sure you like the stream. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that bullshit. Check out the website. You can check out our schedule there. We go live Monday nights, Tuesday nights. Jay is always available for NXT.
I'm always available.
Always available for NXT. He won't miss it if his life depended on it. His wife could be burning alive in the next room, and he still wouldn't miss it. NXT, baby. All right. And then, of course, we do SmackDown, we do Dynamite, we do Rampage, Gilch, Dave. They come in whenever they can.
I need you, bro.
Needs you. All right, guys. Thank you. Wrestling with Savage. Everybody have a good night and God bless.
Yeah, let me hear it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you live by the champ. Our last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins